usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Walter in Centerville.
Centerville.
Says Sheila E. I like Sheila E. in Centerville.
Oh, but that's just a rip off of Prince.
Well, it's not a
She's just
rip-off.
copying Prince.
Prince wrote that and is in it.
Is in it. That's Prince.
That is Prince.
Well, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Because
On this day.
in 1959, Sheila Cecilia Escovedo was born. Daughter of Pete Escovedo,
Well, who's that?
a very famous percussionist, which is
Yeah.
Which is what she
where she
followed in
learned
her footsteps.
learned how to drum from her dad.
And Escovedo is just too hard to say. So it's Sheila E.
Yeah.
That's it. She now is she still around?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's still
Still ripping off Prince?
She still tours and plays and
She was one of the first Prince proteges.
yeah,
Was she like his girlfriend?
of course.
Oh, yeah.
His girlfriend?
Yeah.
Was she in Purple Rain?
No,
No.
that was Vanity.
She
Oh,
was,
that's right.
She was supposed to be the vanity.
Yeah.
But then they broke up.
No, they didn't feel like she
She was sick.
good enough.
Wasn't a good enough actor.
Probably not.
Prince had a stable.
Yes.
Well, that's not very nice to say.
He had a stable of women that he mentored and wrote for, and
But Scott, what do you call it? A stable? You're
that's what they
relegating.
call it. What
You're
do they call
relegating them to barnyard animals.
what is another word for that?
he had a how about a cadre?
A cadre of
Cabal?
How about a literary group?
a literary group of women.
He had a group of women. He had several women.
He had Apollonia. He had Vanity. He had
Her. Who's a more recent one.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Sugar Walls. Why can't I think of her name?
Oh, Irish.
No, Scottish.
Scottish.
Why can't I think of her name?
Yeah, that one.
God. My baby takes the morning train.
Yes.
Why can't I think of her name?
I don't know.
Sugar
Dementia?
Walls. I probably shouldn't Google.
It's,
Sheena East.
Sheena Easton, yeah. Well, I mean, Sheena Easton kind of made her thing before she became a Prince protege,
But he took her under his wing.
Yes.
His tiny little
Tutelage.
Prince wings.
tutelage.
And then he tied her up in the stable.
Someone says a group of women is called a gaggle. He had a gaggle.
Is it a gaggle?
No,
I don't
that's
think it's a
geese. Gaggle is geese. See if there is a term for a group of women.
For a group of women?
Yeah,
A term for a
I think there probably is.
of women.
A brothel.
I bet I'm not going to like what this
No?
says. A bevy.
A bevy.
Ah, lovely. There you go.
Bevy, I like that.
He had a bevy of proteges. Mm-hmm.
Other terms for a group of women include
Yes.
chicks, dolls.
Yeah, no.
Is hen party in there somewhere?
Probably.
Because we're heading that direction.
A community of women is sometimes called a matriarchy.
Oh, I'm all for that.
There you go. But yeah, bevy is much better than a stable.
A bevy of women.
Because I just pictured them all with bridles tied up on to a hitching post. Bring me one of my women. Saddle her up.
She did a bit on a Prince song. It was Prince live in Paris. And she was back here on the East Coast. And they managed to time it up just right where she did a rap in the song while he was performing live. And
Really?
she did it live from the East
here?
Coast. Yeah. And it was a timing issue they had to get just right. So she had to go against her instincts about the beats. And it sounded great.
You don't
I wish I don't remember where. I remember hearing it.
Prince live in Paris.
I pulled up the the lyrics to the song Love Bizarre. And at the end of the lyrics, it says, here we go. And then it says, in parentheses, dance break.
Dance break.
Yeah. So I guess they did a dance there.
Dance break.
So Stevie Wonder, Prince, and Sheila E. did Superstition in Paris. Is that what it was?
No, it's a different song.
Sheila E. Prince and Stevie Wonder performed together live in Paris to celebrate Stevie Wonder's 66th birthday.
Look up Sheila E. Prince Transcontinental Rap.
Transcontinental Rap.
Yeah,
so
look
not
that
live in Paris, but...
Well, it was while Prince was performing live, but if you look up Transcontinental Rap, with thousands of groovy Parisians, as I recall on the liner notes, it said. I just
So
can't remember
you
the
didn't
name of
see it, you just heard.
I heard it.
the,
It's not a Prince record. I just
You don't remember
I
what
can't
song it
place it
was.
right now. No.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll bet somebody who's listening right now knows exactly
I
what
just
it
remember
is.
reading about how they pulled it off, and it was at the time it was pretty impressive.
Mike in Nashville says his sister was mentored by Prince.
My stepsister was mentored by Prince.
See, she was part of the bevy.
Candace Springs. He sent us a whole article about this. We'll have to look into this.
There we go.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Stephanie Peterson says that a group of women is called a slew of chicas. Mitt Romney called them binders full.
Binders full of them.
Well, that's where you keep keep track of your women.
of your chicas.
We have binders of women. Binders. Oh, binders.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Oh, yes, it has. It has. And now we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning, yes?
My wife says that a group of women, really like crows, should be referred to as a murder.
A murder of women.
Murder of women.
Yes, I like that.
877-602-9696. That's the number to call and check in with us. We like to hear from you in the morning, so do it. You can also text us 33986.
Salt Lake Brewing Company.
You better
Squatters.
join us.
Yeah.
It's got a big deal every year. I don't know how many we've done. This is like 5 or
Oh,
Six.
more than that, I think.
but it's lights, camera, brunch. It sells out every time. So get your tickets now. It's early, but still, it's on January 26th. That's a Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. $35 ticket. Get it today at saltlakebrewingco.com. And
It's all ages, by the way. I mean, it's not safe for work, so know your.
Yeah, there'll be swearing is what Gina's saying. Lots of good food. Brunch starts serving at just after 10. Eggs, sausage, French toast, all of that. The bar opens at 10 o'clock. There'll be plenty of mixed drinks and beer flowing at Squatters. Again, get your tickets now.
So your price includes food and a commemorative glass. The bar will have to pay for a drink.
Yeah, you're on your own.
So get your tickets at saltlakebrewingco.com/squatters.
Country 986.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, I'm for that. We will go to your check-ins in just a second. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. We'd like to hear from you. You can also text us at 33986. Do we have a sponsor?
It's not only the sponsor, it will be the prize for Frank Christ Presents coming up in a little bit. X96 welcomes The Used May 3rd, May 5th, and May 6th. And Trent told us yesterday what they're doing. Each night's going to be a different album in its entirety. So if you're a big Used fan, you want to go.
You want all three?
Yeah. They're coming to Union Event Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, December 13th at 10 a.m. Go to Ticketmaster.com.
And in addition to that prize, I have a prize to give. It's roller derby tickets for this Saturday, a family four-pack of roller derby tickets for about this Saturday, okay?
That's coming up on Frank Christ.
Yeah, we'll throw those in. All right, the moon is, 89.4% of full. It's a waxing gibbous moon. The moon will rise today at 2:42 p.m., today being Thursday. It's the 12th day of December in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. It's Universal Health Coverage Day, the aim to ensure people around the world get the quality health services they need without financial hardship. Yeah, sure.
Everywhere but here.
I don't know where. I feel very grim about the future.
Oh, we can't do it, Bill. 32 countries across the world have done it, but we can't.
National Poinsettia Day. There are 100 varieties of poinsettias.
Wow.
Contrary to popular opinion, they are not poisonous, too, by the way. Although you should keep them away from your pets.
Yeah.
They probably won't kill them, but they can cause upset stomachs. Very bad. Gingerbread Decorating Day and Festival of Unmentionable Thoughts.
Where does this festival
take
place?
We all have them, but the trick is to not act on them. Basically, it's freedom of thought is important and freedom of speech is important. We should be free to think whatever we want to think. No thought control here, all right? This is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Carrie Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi. Never had an unmentionable thought in her life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never, never, never. Katie, for short, is our excellent, excellent producer. Macy is here today, I believe, helping out. And Vax, the dog, is
Sleeping
sacked out there, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Let's begin with Mike in Nashville.
Hey, Mike.
Morning, Lord. How are you doing?
Good. What's this story about your, what is it? Stepdaughter?
Stepsister.
Yeah, my stepsister.
Okay,
Yeah,
stepsister.
So Candace Springs she's a Nashville-based jazz musician, and she tours the world as a trio with two other people. And I think she met Prince like 10 years ago. He'd seen her perform a cover of a song online, and they connected. And so she traveled up to Minnesota and was part of his 30th anniversary of Purple Rain performance. And she was really taken aback by how much he was really interested in her music and everything.
It says here in this article you sent, she arrived at his estate in a tight navel-bearing crop top, not realizing how conservative Prince had become. He didn't quite care for the fact that she was wearing something kind of revealing, but they got along anyway.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, apparently the music that she played for him was really touched him and made him really emotional, and said, "You've got to show the world this. You've got to." And so that really helped her move forward in her music career.
Mike, now why don't you follow her around and go to all of her concerts rather than Dave Matthews Band? If you're going to follow someone around the world and go to their concerts, it should be her.
I could probably get discount tickets that way too.
Yeah, probably.
I've got it in.
Her name is
married her mom, so that works out.
Her name is Candace, Kandace Springs, and I guess you could probably just find her on Spotify
or on socials and Spotify, and she travels. I mean, she's big in Japan. You've heard that, but she is big in other countries, and she sells out. She sold out Carnegie Hall in one of the smaller performance areas in Carnegie Hall last year.
Does she ever give you any of her money?
No, I haven't seen any of that, but she has helped me. She's big on doing body work on cars, and she drives Jeeps, and she buys trailers and renovates them and flips them and sells them. So she is a Renaissance woman.
Sounds like it. All right, Mike. Well, that's fascinating stuff. Have a lovely day there in Nashville.
Yeah, you guys too.
See ya.
Thank you. All right. Let's go to Thomas.
Thomas, good morning in Payson. How are you?
Good morning, lords and ladies. Thanks for letting me listen.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney Thomas. I'm just heading to court this morning in Ogden.
You got court.
Yeah, what kind of case are you looking at today?
Today we got a DUI case.
So you're a defense attorney?
That is correct, yes.
You have to travel all over the place like Ed Brass does?
Yeah, we travel from Brigham City to St. George and Vernal to Tooele and everywhere in between.
Do you ever get out of a DUI?
Rarely.
Yeah.
Rarely.
What?
Long and short of it is cops are pretty good at giving DUIs.
Yes, yeah, they sure are. They are. The best you can get sometimes is like a plea in abeyance or something like that. And they say
can't do plea and abeyances on DUIs anymore. I used to be able to, but not anymore.
Oh, really?
It's been a while since you've had one, Bill.
I got lucky then.
Well, if you want to get another one, we can help you out with that.
No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Well, have a good day in court. I hope you. I don't know what do you even need an attorney for if you never get out of a DUI?
Because you oftentimes have other charges as well. Sometimes not just the DUI. You get open container or swerving over the line, something like that. And we know what to look for in the evidence, and sometimes we can get you out of a DUI if the evidence is right.
Or you can at least make sure that the sentence is not as harsh as it might be.
Yeah, try to reduce the sentence some way if it looks like you're going to lose a trial.
Yeah,
that's what we also do.
Yeah. All right, well, have a good day in court.
Right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
God, court. Amy of Florida checking in. Awesome opening song. He had an entourage of women.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see. Sheila E. was a guest on Flea's podcast. She talks about growing up in a musical family.
Oh,
it was a great episode.
I should go listen to that.
Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. Let's see. Here in Utah, a group of women is known as a relief
Oh,
society.
yeah. I want to think of Prince as having a relief society of women.
Relief society. Zane of Dallas checking in. Wife is home.
Good.
Good.
What did Handsome Bill Allred have for dinner last night?
We'll find out.
Coming up. Bus driver Troy checking in. Nate checking in. I'm partial to a group of Raven.
A raven of women.
Which is an unnerving of raven or women. Nate, voice text is not your friend. Call next time. Meshach of Erda checking in. Aaron from Bristol. No, it's Arrow from Bristol checking in. I want to build a wall across the scaffoldils and close harmony singing. Just isn't British. Well, okay. Johnny B checking in, listening while having some chocolate cake for breakfast.
That is great.
My cold weather bricking is finished. I've insulated tarps to post to the tradio for sale or trade. Oh, okay.
We're not doing tradio.
Heather from Bountiful checking in. Rye of Orem checking in. Woodworker Willie, Tim the Tree Guy. Rick the Travel Tech checking in. Driving across Iowa today.
How are the roads in Iowa?
Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez. Derek from Lehigh checking in. Kevin from Layton. Zoth checking in. Will you be at another dealership before Christmas?
Yes.
John Watson Chevrolet in Ogden next Wednesday.
That's on Wall Avenue, 30-something Wall Avenue.
Tree of Maine. FOP Holly of West Jordan. Metal Shop Mark. Ed's friend Andy. Quinn of Sunset. Far West City Public Works checking in. Thanks for letting us listen.
All of the public works.
It's like everybody's here.
Yep, let's go.
Infiniteam, yeah, even if you're in England or Iowa or Florida or Pittsburgh, wherever you are, Dallas, or right here along the Wasatch Front. Let me know what you're seeing on the roads. Right now, everything seems to be moving well. I have no accidents or slowdowns or weather issues to tell you about. But if you see something, you can text us, 33986.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with Big Boy News, Opinnuendo, and Frank Christ Presents. Stand by. Because on this day,
In 1963, Eric Shankman, guitarist for The Spin Doctors, was born. It's a fine enough reason.
I suppose, sure. Yes. Well, let's get to it then. We got big boy news and innuendo right now. And right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's our Dead Celebrity game. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You'll win.
Tickets to see The Used. This is still a win it before you can buy it. These tickets don't even go on sale until tomorrow. 3 different shows, May 3rd, May 5th, May 6th at the Union Events Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com.
All right. And Bill's going to throw in some...
roller derby tickets. A family 4-pack for a roller derby bout that's happening this Saturday.
All right.
And, there you go.
Okay. Let's see. Let's get to some... 877-602-9696. Call and play. Frank Christ presents. All coming up after this. Big boy news and innuendo brought to you by...
Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Well, the Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square will be in good hands as they add a distinctive voice to this year's Christmas concerts. Dennis Haysbert,
That's Elder Haysbert to you.
known for his roles in 24 and Major League, as well as for introducing NBC's Meet the Press and being the spokesperson for Allstate Insurance. He will narrate the highly anticipated, it says here highly anticipated, Tabernacle Choir Christmas concerts. The concerts take place December 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Church's Conference Center in downtown Salt Lake, and will also feature Broadway actor and singer Ruthie Ann Miles.
Ruthie Ann Miles.
She won a Tony in 2015 for portraying Lady Thiang it was in a revival of The King and I. Haysbert and Miles will accompany the 360-member church-affiliated choir. Haysbert is 70 years old. He's performed in movies and TV for more than 40 years. And you just, when you hear his voice, you go, oh, I know that voice. It's very, very deep, but very distinctive as well.
And he's the perfect voice for insurance because he sounds reassuring.
Very calm and reassuring. Well, no charges will be filed against a Roy man who shot and killed a dog that had attacked one of his dogs during a walk. The man was walking his dog near West Park in Roy just about 12:45 p.m. Tuesday when police said 2 other unsecured dogs approached. According to the Roy City Police Department, the man warned the owner of the other dogs to secure them before one of them attacked his dog. Seeing his dog being attacked, the man fired his concealed gun and fatally struck the other dog. Police officers in Roy City Animal Services responded to the scene. They reviewed the circumstances of the incident and decided not to file any charges against the man who had...
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee has introduced federal legislation that seeks to push... So here he is, introducing more legislation that will never go anywhere.
Is he doing
That's
the
what he
business
does
of the people?
all the time.
Is he going to make people's lives better?
He's introducing legislation that seeks to push the major application stores on Apple and Android, the app stores, on their cell phones to verify the ages of users and prevent underage users from downloading certain apps. The proposal is the latest in a series of state and federal bills aimed at protecting children online, particularly from the alleged harms of social media platforms. Lee's App Store Accountability Act would make it easier for parents to sue over allegedly harmful material while creating a safe harbor for app stores that implement age verification measures and parental oversight.
The only way to do this, to prove your age, is to have to take a picture of your driver's license or some legal document and send it into a company, which I don't want to have to do as an adult to use these. And you can block your kids from getting this stuff. There are already things on your phone that say if your child wants to download any app at all,
I don't know.
you have to approve it.
I don't know. Gina Lee says, for too long, app stores and developers have prioritized profits over the safety of our children.
I don't disagree with him on that. But I am saying, as a parent, your child isn't going out and getting a phone. You got that for them. You pay for the service, and you can
There are ways to
take
block.
some proactive steps to do that.
And but there's an easier way to do age verification than that.
How?
It's just simple. You just say, "Are you 18 years of age or older? Yes or no?" Click on that, and there you go.
That's not
That works.
verifying
That
anything.
works perfectly. I do that all the time. I say, "Yes, I am." And President-elect Trump's border czar, Tom Homan,
Oh, boy.
has revealed that the nation's largest mass deportation effort will begin in Chicago. Homan, the former acting head of Immigration and Customs Enforcement during Trump's first term, laid out his plans to remove migrants who illegally cross the southern border. Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks, Homan said.
He said that.
Yeah.
This is a government
Yeah.
official.
Yeah, a
He's
soon-to-be
a
governor
peach.
official.
Yeah.
He went on to call both of them terrible, and he said he also urged them to follow in the footsteps of New York City Mayor Eric Adams and come to the table for discussions, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. Homan warned Johnson, who had vowed to fight the Trump administration's deportation plan, "Do not try to impede my efforts. If he doesn't want to help, get the hell out of the way. If he knowingly harbors or conceals an illegal alien, I'll prosecute him." Homan went on.
You voted for this, folks.
This is in addition to Donald Trump saying a couple of days ago that he's going to put Liz Cheney and Benny Thompson in jail. Because they were on the committee.
Because they did their job.
FBI Director Christopher Wray is going to resign at the end of Biden's term so that Kash Patel can become the head of the FBI.
And the
That's
more
great.
you look into Kash Patel, the more frightened you should be.
Why does everybody that he's putting in charge of these things that they just want to get rid of them?
They tear down the
they want to tear down
institutions.
everything.
Yeah.
They want to tear down
No,
everything.
Cash said he wants to close the FBI building and turn it into a museum.
Yeah.
He said that.
Let's see now. Let me go to this story. Oh, it's this. So a jacket that was worn by the alleged United Healthcare bomber, or shooter, rather, Luigi Mangione, the jacket he was wearing, they can't keep them in stock. People are ordering them and wearing them.
That's a good-looking jacket.
He had a great jacket, didn't he? Speaking of Mangione and crime, we'll go to the crime desk now. Gina Barberi has an update on a couple of crime stories.
Yeah, two different ones. You remember the Wisconsin dad who faked his own death and fled to Eastern Europe, to go be with a woman? He is now back in custody. He voluntarily came back. So he went out kayaking, and they're explaining how he did it. He had a tackle box on the shore with, his driver's license in it, so we know this was him. He went out kayaking. He purposefully overturned the kayak, but he had a little blow-up dinghy that he blew up, and he had hidden a bike in the trees, an electric bike. So he rowed himself to shore, got on the electric bike, went to Canada. Now, he didn't have his license because
He left it on
he
the...
left it. But he was able to talk his way through, oh, God, I was fishing and I lost it, and they let him into Canada.
Because Canadians are polite.
Then he flew from Canada to Eastern Europe, where they were able to track him down. Anyway, he voluntarily came back and said, all right, I faked my
Here
death.
I am.
Okay, so that's that one.
So that's that one. The other one is, this is the Hannah Kobayashi. She's the Hawaiian woman who flew to L.A., was supposed to get on a plane and go to New York to visit her aunt. She disappeared. Her dad came to L.A. to try to find her, and he was so distraught. He jumped off the parking structure at LAX.
She purposely disappeared.
Yeah, so a couple different things happened. They saw on lots of cameras that she had been talking to this man, and they found the guy she had been talking to. They're not saying who he is, but he said, she was having some troubles, and I just sort of was an ear for her. She willingly got on a train, went to the border, walked across the border. Anyway, they have heard from her. The police have heard from her. And they said she does not have to
come back.
come back.
Did her dad die?
Yeah.
So-
She's an adult who
Yeah.
chose to go to Mexico. So all of that, Hannah, you could have just told your family
Yeah.
you wanted to go to Mexico, but
Listen, when we get RFK in there as the what is he going to be, the head of Health and Human Services? He'll make sure that drinking raw milk is legal, and all the raw milk you want. A child with a suspected case of bird flu in California drank raw milk before becoming ill, said Marin County health officials, providing new details on that on Tuesday. The child got a fever, started vomiting after drinking raw milk. They say the child has recovered. No other family members became sick, but they're pretty sure it was from raw milk.
Anybody who says to you, well, what did they do before pasteurization and vaccine?
They got sick a lot.
No, they died, all right?
They got sick a lot.
If someone says that to you, the answer is they died.
there's a reason they've developed these things.
Yes.
A grandmother has died after she was pinned against a wall for 2 days by her sleep number bed.
Oh, my.
According to a lawsuit. Rosalind Walker from Godfrey, Illinois, was left trapped between the bed and the wall of her bedroom after it lowered itself without warning. 2 days later, emergency responders managed to free the 80-year-old woman. She was taken to the hospital, but she succumbed. She died, and they're suing the sleep number company.
My sleep number is dead.
Yeah. And finally, this story. What's going on with all these drones in New Jersey? It's pretty bizarre, really. And they're not little drones. They're big, like the size of cars.
They're not hobby drones.
No. They've been spotted at night across New Jersey in recent weeks near sensitive sites like military research. Governor Phil Murphy said the drones don't appear to pose a public safety concern, but during a hearing on Capitol Hill, an official with the FBI said, no, we're not sure what this is, and we're concerned about it.
It's China.
There is some people have said Iran has a boat moored off the East Coast somewhere, and they're sending the drones in to spy on these facilities. But it's kind of strange, and nobody really knows what the hell all these drones are doing in New Jersey. But it will come out. All right, that's it. All right.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Okay, so we have a potential new quarterback for the U. Not potential, he's committed, but he could be the new starter. His name's Devin Dampier. Mm-hmm. He was the quarterback at the same school where the new offensive coordinator came from. Makes sense. They know each other. They know how, and he's supposed to be super good. So fingers crossed that is true. Okay. Utah Hockey Club on the road today. Puck drops at 7, Bill, against Colorado Avalanche. In the NFL, we got the Rams and the 49ers. Puck drops on that at 6:15. Weather, it's pretty chilly, 27 right now. High of 46, partly sunny. We'll have a little bit of haze today. Looks like we have a storm coming in tonight into tomorrow, about a 50% chance of snow. Overnight low of 27.
When is that?
Tonight into tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Traffic. Watch out for branches and trees on the road. There was a big storm in Maine last night, so be careful there. Traffic in Bristol is superb, except there are Welsh drivers crossing the bridge into England. Beware.
Uh-oh.
This morning I saw an angry Scotsman on a moped. He was unarmed but still dangerous. His orange beard and naturally dour personality are deadly weapons. There were
I detect a little bit of racism there.
The drones are over 215 now, somebody said. They're seeing drones.
Sure.
What?
I don't know. Maybe.
All
I'm just.
Well, there could be.
Carrie, I'm reporting.
right.
33986 is where that comes in.
Thank you.
Frank. Oh, you know what? It wasn't a drone. It was Frank Chris.
It was just me.
In his electric scooter hovering over I-215.
Sorry.
So don't you get people all scared. Well, you are a Grim Reaper, right?
Well, yes.
Frank Christ is here. He is the Reaper of celebrity souls, and it's a curse. He doesn't like to do it.
I hate my job. It is a curse.
Why do you hate it so much?
Because I love our precious celebrities.
And you love them because?
Everything they say and do is right.
That's right. Frank,
you were busy yesterday,
I
weren't
was
you?
checking on so many people yesterday.
Yeah. Well, Kreskin. Yeah.
Kreskin had to take him.
We'll talk about Kreskin coming up.
Old fraud.
Yeah. Frank doesn't kill the celebrities.
No.
But when they die, it's his curse to go and take their souls to the distribution center. And he joins us here on weekdays to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has given me a list of 4 actors here. And on this list, 3 of the actors.
No, they're just fine.
They're great. They're in great shape, probably. But one of them has bit the dust. And it's a contestant's job to figure out which one is the dead celebrity. Who do we have?
Jen is here.
Jen, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Yes, you are, Jen. Jen, if you can identify the dead celebrity on this list, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see The Used coming May 3rd, May 5th, and May 6th to the Union Event Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
And we'll also kick in a 4-pack, a family 4-pack of tickets for the Beehive Skate Revolution. They're kicking it old school roller derby time with a throwback to their original home teams, the Cherry Bombs and the Blackhearts. They're going to rock the last game of the season like it's 1970 again. You can get tickets for the roller derby at saltlakerollerderby.org. Now, because it's the roller derby, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about punk rock girls. All right, here we go. Identify the dead celebrity. Number 1, Diane Lane. Her first film was A Little Romance. She later acted in the movies Streets of Fire and The Cotton Club, followed by My Dog Skip, The Perfect Storm, The Glass House, and Hardball. She had a prominent role in The Outsiders and Rumblefish. She starred in a movie called Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains, about 3 girls who start a punk rock band. Number 2, Tatum O'Neal. She was the youngest person to ever win an Academy Award for Paper Moon, co-starring her father, Ryan O'Neal. She later starred in The Bad News Bears, Nickelodeon, Little Darlings, and the TV series Sex and the City, 8 Simple Rules, and Law & Order Criminal Intent. She was in a biopic about Joan Jett called The Runaways. Number 2, Tatum O'Neal. Number 3, Frederick Forrest, who was best known for playing prominent roles in Conversation, Apocalypse Now, One from the Heart, and Tucker, the Man in His Dream. He was nominated for an Oscar for his role in The Rose. He also appeared in TV shows like Dark Shadows and Gunsmoke. He was in Valley Girl with Nicolas Cage as a city punk. Number 3, Frederick Forrest. And finally, number 4, Tim Curry. Rose to prominence as Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Other roles include Annie Wadsworth in Clue, Pennywise in the miniseries, The Concierge in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. He was in The Three Musketeers, Congo, Charlie's Angels, on and on. He was in a movie called Times Square as a punk-style radio DJ. Number 4, Tim Curry. Which one of those actors has circled the drain?
I'm going to have to say number 3.
Frederick Forrest? You are correct. He died in 2023 at the age of 86. There you go. You're going to win the concert tickets and the tickets to go see Salt Lake Roller Derby this Saturday. All right?
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on.
Oh, well, I've got to go by the Tired Hospital and check on Connie Francis.
Oh, she's sorry. She's so sorry.
87 today.
Is that all there is?
Dionne Warwick's 84.
Oh, she's fine.
She's just fine.
Well,
Dionne's great.
She's kicking it.
She's so sassy. Well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
All right.
Let's see. Everything's looking great. I have no accidents or slowdowns to tell you about. Let's see. I'm looking at our message stream. Nothing coming in there. 33986 if you see something. Or you want to correct me. Gina, you said the puck was dropping on the 49ers game. They usually do a kickoff in case you didn't. Yeah.
How about that?
I do the puck drop for Bill because he...
I think every sporting event should be the puck drop.
He likes that. Dear skiers, Deer Valley, Utah's premier ski-only destination, introduces 3 chairlifts, 300 acres of new terrain, 20 new ski runs for all abilities. Learn more at deervalley.com. You can win a pair of day ski passes by texting the word SLOPE, 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 to 33986. Message and data rates may apply. Details at x96.com.
All right, KXRK Provo coming up. We got some geek news for you and boner of the day. Stand by for all of that. Salt Lake Film Society.
You know, holidays are a great time of year to go to the movies. Go see something on the big screen. I bet for a lot of you, Die Hard is a yearly viewing at Christmas. Go see it on the big screen. They're showing it at Salt Lake Film Society, Broadway Center Cinemas. They say Die Hard, the film that made Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis famous. That's part of the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
For Die Hard. You can also see Oscar-worthy performance from Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge in A Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's
on
really
the big
a good
screen.
movie.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
He's playing it straight and serious in that movie.
Very good.
And also, The Sound of Music, Sing with Maria. This is a holiday extravaganza, costume contests. By the way, all kids in costume get candy prizes, just so you know. Tea, cookies, intermission, fun props to participate with during the film. All of this is available by going to slfstix.org.
33986.
Miss Louie. Louie Anderson is a treasure. Miles in Bountiful agrees with me.
Bountiful.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Miles.
In Bountiful.
Bountiful.
Agreeing with Gina.
All right.
About Louis Anderson.
Yes.
Miles.
Owner of the day coming up. Stand by for that. I got some geek news for you now, brought to you by...
It's time for holiday shopping. That means stopping by Cabin Fever. Since 1982, it's Cabin Fever, located in the historic heart of Trolley Square. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
Really is a lot more than a card store.
Great. Say hi to Dave while you're down there. All right. Now, here's the thing. I wish I could play this. For some reason, when we play trailers on our YouTube, we get kicked off.
Oh.
So I can only play you the audio.
Okay.
I wish I could show you this trailer.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say it. This trailer is so good.
Oh.
I'm going to call it the best trailer of the year.
Oh, I know which one you're going to do.
But I'm telling you, I kind of pity the movie. Because
it can't live up to the trailer?
This trailer is so good. I mean, this movie better deliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will. It will.
All right. 28 years later.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Katie's beyond excited.
Yes. Now, the clip starts out really cool. It's this kind of, British suburb, very typical. And it's a bunch of kids watching Teletubbies in a room. And then their mother barges in because something terrible is happening.
Oh.
So let's start there.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, sit here. Sit. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
And that's when the zombies show up. Yeah. Now remember, these are the rage zombies.
Yeah, run, fast
zombies.
Yeah. So in the clip, we see a brief but bloody run-through of what happened 10,228 days earlier.
11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 boot.
Now, this is what makes the trailer so creepy.
There's no discharge in the war.
This is a Rudyard Kipling poem.
Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, boot, boot.
And throughout the clip of the trailer, we see, where the country has just gone to hell, overrun by these rage zombies,
In the war.
Well, somehow the zombies reach this isolated rural island,
They will get the top of you.
and things go south fast, because that's where these people have been living, away from the rage zombies.
Down again. There's no discharge in the war.
But you get a look at Ray Fiennes, Jodie Comer, and a very bloodied and harassed-looking Ralph Fiennes.
I'm just scared listening to it.
I know, right?
And Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this too.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Cillian Murphy.
Who we know who's reading that poem?
I don't know.
Or the name of the poem?
I just know that it's Rudyard Kipling, and it's called Boots, I believe.
Okay.
And I don't know who's read it. I'm sure that's out there. I'm sure that you can find it. The story that I found did not have it for you. But here's the interesting thing about this movie as well, is that they filmed a sequel back to back.
Oh, so there's another one after this?
So you get 28 years later. This one will be released on June 20th.
I got to wait till June 20th?
And then
you do, Gina.
Another one called 28 Years Later, Part 2, The Bone Temple, which will be released later.
I don't want to wait till June for this.
I'm sorry. You gots to.
The poem is called Boots, as you said, a Rudyard Kipling poem, and it is read by American actor Taylor Holmes.
Ah, there we go.
From 1915.
That's what makes this trailer so creepy.
28 Days Later is one of my all-time favorite zombie movies.
All right. So there you go. And yes, Cillian Murphy is in there somewhere. Okay. Now, let's put the popcorn bucket wars aside for a
Okay.
bit.
Are we gonna have a 28 days years later?
Let's transition to coffin wars. All right.
Okay.
Now, I had the Nosferatu
Yep.
bucket for you last week. Take a look at x96.com/live.
That's lovely.
This is a bed. This is the Nosferatu sarcophagus bed. It is on sale for only $20,000.
Oh, it's like that big.
It's an actual bed.
It's a bed.
Bill, you could get this for your kid for Christmas.
Oh yeah,
You
he'd
can,
love it.
You could get it at the NBC store. $20,000.
Can I finance that?
I don't know. You talk to NBC.
I'll use a credit card.
It has debuted here ahead of the holidays, but you won't get it until after Christmas. Terribly sorry. So it's handcrafted from premium materials, including a wooden base with intricate carvings. These highly collectible sarcophagi also feature a distinctive interior with a custom-fit mattress and foam lid for easy opening at sundown.
For easy opening at sundown.
But it's...
I'll put it on the credit card. It's a business expense.
Business expense. Now, I got two quick stories here that I'm just going to mention briefly because I haven't been able to confirm. They're from reasonably good sources, but here we go. Chris Evans is returning to Marvel for Avengers Doomsday.
Which also RDJ is in that too, yeah?
Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom.
Okay.
So you got two returning people. What character he's playing, we don't know.
So because
Maybe it's Cap.
Because RDJ is an Iron Man.
Because RDJ is an Iron Man, he's Dr. Doom.
He could be something else.
Well, there was a brief run in the comics where Cap was Steve Rogers, agent of Hydra.
Bad guy? I don't want bad guy Steve Rogers.
Just well, you're getting bad guy RDJ.
Yeah, why not?
So, but anyway, this is all speculation right now, but apparently he will be in it. In what capacity, we don't know. Also, and I'm trying to find confirmation of this, a Clayface movie from DC, from Warner Brothers. Again, I haven't gotten confirmation on that, so just keep your eyes open for that. And finally, this has been confirmed. Jeremy Allen White.
The bear.
The bear.
Yeah. Lip from Shameless.
Yes. He's going from playing Bruce Springsteen to Rata the Hutt.
Oh, I read that.
It's Jabba's son.
Jabba's son.
Jabba's son, Rata.
I can see it.
The character was originally in the Clone Wars movie from 2008, and he will be Rata the Hutt in The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Now, this is just going to be a voice, right?
It's just a voice.
Yeah.
I was hoping that they'd,
I want him in a suit.
Put him in a costume.
I want him in a
costume. Worm
suit. But, just as long as he says the F word a lot, that's all I want. All right, there you go. Traffic.
It's been a great commute so far. Just report of a stalled vehicle northbound Bangor Highway 133rd South affecting the center lanes there. That's the only thing that UDOT's reporting, and you haven't reported anything either via text at 33986. But please let us know if you're seeing something, and I'll pass it along.
All right, we got boners coming up here. The candidates you'll consider this time. Boner candidate number 1. In Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there is a limit on the number of dildos.
Uh-oh.
Boner candidate number 2. Throw me out of the soccer match, huh? I'll show you. And boner candidate number 3, capitalism gets weirder and weirder.
Yep. All right, we have some messages, a song, and then boner of the day along with Big Boy News, all coming up. Stand by.
I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but on this day in 1970, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Tears of a Clone.
But we played the English beat version.
Which should be a certified alternative classic as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I made it one. Of course, I had to dig into my own music library, but I made it. So many light bulbs going off across the broadcast. Of people going, wait
a minute.
Someone did that before English?
Oh, yes.
Meet?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, December 12, 2024? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate #1. You know, in Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns that you can own, but there is a limit on the number of dildos. A Texas lawmaker wants to protect children.
Again?
Not by banning guns. No, the real threat to children is perhaps seeing a vibrator at a CVS. A Texas lawmaker is concerned that a child might see a sex toy while shopping at Walmart or places like that. You can buy guns and ammunition at Walmart, but let's tackle the thing that used in mass shootings, dildos. Pre-filed this week ahead of the 2025 Texas legislative session, a proposed bill would prohibit the sale of obscene devices at retail stores like Target, Walmart, and CVS, and impose civil penalties on retailers and allow Texas counties and cities to bring legal action against them. House Bill 1549 would not apply to age-restricted venues like sex shops, strip clubs, or other adult-oriented businesses. In a press release, Hickland, the legislator, a former stay-at-home mom and school voucher advocate, backed by Governor Abbott, said that the bill would provide an important safeguard for Texas families. Our family-oriented retailers should reflect the values of the communities they serve, Ms. Hickland said. Parents do not consent to their children being exposed to obscene devices while shopping for toothpaste. House Bill 1549 provides common-sense protections for families by ensuring parents can shop without their children encountering sexually explicit items that compromise their innocence.
Because then you may have to parent.
Well, no, I'm telling you, if you're at Walmart and you're in a section where there might be a vibrator or something, a child isn't going to look twice at that.
Nope.
And even if they do, they're not going to have any idea what it is.
And shouldn't they be working on their power grid in Texas instead? Didn't Ted Cruz try this?
I don't recall.
It seems to me like Ted Cruz was all about
familiar.
the dildos.
Yeah. There is a law in Texas, by the way. It's currently outlined by law in the year 2024. It's illegal to own 6 or more dildos
Why?
in Texas.
Oh, that was Ted Cruz.
Was that Ted?
Yes.
You can't own 6 or more.
What?
You can own under 6.
Because what happens at 7?
I don't know. Boner candidate #1. In Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there's a limit on the number of dildos. Here's Boner candidate #2. Throw me out of the soccer match, huh? I'll show you. Bradenton police have arrested a 16-year-old boy after they say he shot a flare gun into a field of soccer players during a game. According to police, the teen shot the gun onto the field full of players during a match at Bradenton, Florida, private school. Officials did not name the school. According to detectives, the 16-year-old, who doesn't attend that private school, was asked to leave the soccer match due to disruptive behavior. The teen and his friends left the school property, returned to the vehicle they'd driven to the soccer game, parked at a nearby restaurant. Officials said that the teen then fired the flare gun from the passenger seat of the car toward the school's soccer field. Witnesses said the flare narrowly missed players, but burned 2 holes in the artificial turf. Officials said the flare caused more than $1,000 in damage. After being questioned about the incident, the teen said, "Yeah, I did it, I'm sorry," and agreed to turn himself into Bradenton police. He was arrested and charged with criminal mischief. Boner candidate #2. Throw me out of the soccer match. I'll throw you.
What else was he supposed to do?
Exactly.
Just go home?
No, I'm going to show them. Coming up in a minute, Boner candidate #3. Capitalism gets weirder and weirder.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
America's first Nutcracker is nostalgic, charming, and magical. Witness the historic 80th anniversary of the Nutcracker closing December 28th with the music of Tchaikovsky performed live by the Ballet West Orchestra. Get tickets at balletwest.org.
Jim Carrey has good reasons coming out of retirement. He said, I guess he said he sort of retired.
Yeah.
But he says he's gonna make Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and he's got very good reasons for that. I came back to this universe because, well, first of all, I get to play a genius, which is a bit of a stretch, and then it's just I bought a lot of stuff and I need the money.
I bought a lot of. Yeah. Now I want to know what stuff.
I don't know. It's art supplies.
Art supplies.
Yeah, probably.
No, he is. He's an artist.
He's an artist.
Yeah, he does paintings, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No, he said I'm going to play Dr. Robotnik in the newest sequel. Apparently, I didn't see them, but apparently he's really funny in them.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
He was when he was promoting Sonic 2. Carey said he was planning on retiring from acting. I'm being fairly serious, he told Access Hollywood at the time of his retirement, adding, it depends, though, if the Angels bring some sort of script that's written in gold ink that says that it's really important for people to see, I might continue to act, but I'm going to take a break. But then when asked about those remarks, he said with a laugh, I think I was just being hyperbolic there. I'll continue to work occasionally. Sundance lineup has been released.
Oh, okay.
Next year's Sundance Film Festival. Jennifer Lopez will be singing and dancing in Bill Condon's Kiss of the Spider Woman. Questlove will explore the legacy of Sly and the Family Stone in a documentary. And Associated Press journalist Mstislav Chernov's latest documentary about the war in Ukraine. Sundance is, and now it's still up in the air as to whether Sundance is going to remain in Utah. They're still thinking that they might move to Colorado. Some of the things that you'll be seeing, some performances that people will be talking about at Sundance, probably Benedict Cumberbatch in The Thing with Feathers, about a father processing the loss of his wife. Joel Edgerton and Felicity Jones in Train Dreams, about a railway day laborer from the Sing Sing writer and director. John Lithgow and Olivia Colman as father and daughter in Jimpa.
Really?
Jennifer Lopez in a musical adaptation of Kiss of the Spider Woman. Lily Gladstone in The Wedding Banquet. Josh O'Connor in Rebuilding. So there are going to be some big stars associated with Sundance this year.
I want to see that Sly and the Family Stone documentary. Yeah.
Let's see. All students at Tooele Junior High School were evacuated to an auditorium at the neighboring high school after an unsubstantiated threat was made Wednesday afternoon. School officials said all students and staff were evacuated to Tooele High School while law enforcement investigated the threat. As of 4 p.m., the school had been cleared. The Tooele City Police Department said the threat appeared to have originated from outside of the state of Utah. In an email sent by the school, parents were encouraged not to pick up their child from school early and that students would be dismissed as usual at the end of the day. Our immediate focus was on the safety and safely evacuating and accounting for all of the students, and we did that, said the school administration. Health workers on Tuesday confirmed they are investigating a massive illegal dumping case involving thousands of tires, among other discarded junk. According to officials with the Salt Lake County Health Department, they learned of the issue within the past month. Haley Schaefer, supervisor with the Bureau of Water Quality and Hazardous Waste, said it was unclear who or how many people were responsible for the dumping, which took place in an area near Magna and West Valley and within walking distance of the county landfill. It's really sad, she said. It's heartbreaking that people don't care about the environment. It was unknown exactly how many discarded tires were on the land, but Schaefer believed there were thousands of tires. Other junk included a couple of boats and a broken refrigerator. Schaefer said the area had been a notorious dumping site for decades, but she said this was the worst anyone with the county had ever seen. The chemicals that are in those tires leach into the waterways that you see in the soil, and they can harm the wildlife that's out there, she said. We're trying to find suspects who are doing the dumping, but regardless, we're going to get it all cleaned up. It's going to cost $20,000 to clean that up. And speaking of not caring about the environment, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is pushing for added protections for the monarch butterfly, seeing a population decline of about 80%.
80%?
They're saying that multiple monarch butterfly populations will likely become extinct by 2050. 80.
The mighty monarch.
When I was in second grade, we lived in Idaho. We're moving from Idaho to Utah. In my second grade class, we were growing cocoons.
Yes.
And we moved before that we released the butterflies.
Oh, really?
And I was devastated. And my second grade teacher got our address and mailed me a letter with pictures
of the monarch.
Yes, I still have it. It makes me teary thinking of it. She's like, I know you were so sad not to see the butterflies.
Really sweet. That's very nice.
Teachers are awesome.
Is it true that the monarch butterfly is poisonous?
I don't know.
But its mouth is
it's
so
poisonous
small.
if things try to eat it.
If you eat it?
Yeah, don't eat it.
So it is the mighty monarch.
The suspect in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is being called a folk hero by some people. 26-year-old Maryland native charged with second-degree murder in New York. Oh, I found out why it's second degree. In New York, they only charge first-degree murder if you kill a cop or multiple people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's interesting.
26-year-old is charged with second-degree murder. He's currently in custody in Pennsylvania. He's fighting extradition to New York. But on social media, people have justified or even cheered Luigi Mangioni's alleged actions and a barrage of hate directed towards health insurance industry. Again, it is possible to condemn what he did and hate insurance companies at the same time. Mitch McConnell says Donald Trump, his win as president, puts Americans in a very dangerous world. And Mitch, you are partially responsible for that.
Yes.
Why is he saying that now?
I know.
It doesn't help now.
Because he's retiring.
I know.
He's got nothing to fear now.
RFK Jr. is trying to get a family member as a key appointment in the administration.
Of course.
Making phone calls to push for the appointment of his daughter-in-law.
But Bill, Hunter Biden.
Amaryllis Fox Kennedy to deputy director of the CIA.
Wow,
Yes.
really?
And
I haven't heard that one.
And Gina, finally this.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
It's Julia Childs.
Yes.
You would say that she was a marvelous cook.
Yes.
An expert on food.
A TV personality.
Things that she did were just, usually the food that she presented, delicious.
Yes.
Well, here's Julia Child's favorite soup. There are only 3 ingredients in Julia Child's favorite soup.
You're going to tell me it's a cold
Very
soup,
simple to make.
You're going to tell me
It's very simple. You take some potatoes, and you take some boiled leeks and some milk, and you blend all that together and chill it and serve it. It's vichyssoise soup, and it is the most delicious soup in the world, Julia Child said.
Got to come up with a different name for that. Soup is hot. I will die on that hill.
Gina?
Out of everything else, that's the hill.
You dare go up against Julia Child? Really? This is all soup.
If you tell me we're having soup for... Bill, if somebody says, Bill, we're having soup for dinner, you have an anticipation of hotness. Do you not?
I would say.
You don't immediately go to
Well,
cold.
if I'm coming to your house, I am.
I have an anticipation
I
of
would
hotness.
say, what sort of soup are we having?
But in your mind, I say soup. You think hot right away, don't you? You do. Don't tell me you don't.
Hot soup coming through.
Soup is hot, mostly.
It doesn't have to be hot. And listen, I eat cold chili out of the can sometimes. All right. But it's
when I'm not eating vichyssoise, I'll have cold chili out of a can.
Listen, I've got to try this. It's pretty easy.
Wolf-brand chili.
You wash and you peel the potatoes. You chop them up. You prepare the leeks, chop them up. You have 3 or 4 cups of leeks, 3 or 4 cups of potatoes. You boil them until they get really soft.
You boil them. So you have to make them cold. You could just blend them up and then...
Gina, you take cold ingredients and heat them up to make it hot soup.
That's what I'm saying. You have to purposely chill it, cool it down
to
again
make it cold
See,
soup.
And I agree with this texter. In my house, cold soup is cereal. We're having Frankenberry soup.
Once everything is chopped and ready, you boil the leeks and potatoes together, 1 quart of water, 2 teaspoons of salt.
Okay.
Put the milk in there. You chill it overnight.
I was going to ask about seasoning.
Yeah, salt is the only seasoning.
That's it, though.
Yeah. chill it overnight. She says you want to oversalt it.
I'd put a little pepper in there.
Well, maybe. And then there's one more ingredient when you take it out, and it's kind of thick.
Mm-hmm.
You put chopped chives over the top. Chives.
I'm going to have some chives.
Sounds delicious, doesn't it? It's vichyssoise soup.
It's true. As Sue points out, you really have to commit to wanting cold soup when it's hot when you cook it. You've got to commit.
Yeah. And I like, whatchamacallit, too, with the other cold soup.
Gazpacho?
Gazpacho. I love gazpacho.
I think you should make this vichyssoise
I'm going
this weekend.
to.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, yeah, on a cold winter day.
Yeah, nice and
cold.
cold. It's snowing tonight. Maybe you ought to make it for supper.
Yeah, I never eat ice cream in the winter.
All right. Weather traffic.
It's cold. It's too cold for cold soup. 27 right now. High of 46 today. A little bit of haze building back in. But as Carrie said, it's soup weather tonight. Well, about a 50% chance of snow overnight. Not a lot, just enough to maybe mix up the air again a little bit. Overnight low 27. Traffic, let's see. Friend of the program says somebody heading from Kaysville into Salt Lake on Highway 89 southbound keeps losing plastic boards out of the back of their vehicle. They're scattered from Kaysville to Bountiful.
Secure your load!
A couple different people sending that in. Yeah, as Carrie yelled, secure your load.
Also, anticipation of hotness is Prince protege.
Sure. A stalled vehicle northbound I-15 Center Street in Provo. And a stalled vehicle northbound Bangor Highway 133rd South. Center lanes affected there. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Capitalism just gets weirder and weirder. McDonald's Australia has decided that what their menu really needs is a tie-in. You know how they like to...
Yeah.
With everybody's favorite Korean series about desperate people murdering each other for cash.
Squid Game?
You've seen Squid Game on Netflix. Now experience it at McDonald's. Chirps Amanda Nakad, marketing director for McDonald's Australia, blissfully unbothered by the show's critique of wealth inequality and corporate exploitation. For just your regular McNuggets meal price, you too can participate in the Dalgona Challenge, the fun game where contestants in the show either succeed or get a bullet to the head. Don't worry, though, McDonald's version only risks your dignity and comes with a chance to win $100,000, which is considerably less than the show's prize, but also requires zero murder. The promotion runs
requires zero murder.
The promotion runs from December 11 to January 7, giving Aussies plenty of time to pretend that they're desperate contestants in a death game while munching on McNuggets with Korean barbecue sauce.
This will be a huge success.
For those extra committed to the bit, McDonald's is even setting up a sandpit arena in Sydney where 500 people can pretend they're fighting for their lives while actually just trying to win a tracksuit. As they say in the show, welcome to Squid Game. Or as they say at McDonald's, would you like fries with your existential dread?
People really, do they not understand what the show is about?
There's a collector, see, there's the box with the doll on it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And you can win one of those tracksuits.
It'll be hugely popular.
Boner candidate number 3, capitalism just gets weirder and weirder.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, in Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there's a limit to the number of dildos. Yeah, they're trying to pass a law that if it's not a sex shop or a strip club or something, if you're selling any sex toys in Texas, they have to be out of sight of minors. You can't, because if they catch sight of them, who knows what would happen.
We may have to parent.
Boner candidate number 2, throw me out of the soccer match. I'll show you. 16-year-old kid causing a ruckus at a soccer game at a private school. They ask him to leave. He leaves. He goes to his car and fires a flare gun into the middle of the soccer field. And boner candidate number 3, capitalism just gets weirder and weirder.
All right, here we go. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. Which one do you think is the worst? Which one should be Boner of the Day? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should be Boner of the Day. Put that single digit, that's all we need, in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online and vote. Just go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, December 12, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you've got, looks like 4 minutes to get your vote in as well, so let's get to it. We've got Real Housewives of Salt Lake update coming up with Victoria at 8 o'clock. Stand by. Vote. Here we go.
Exactly what it meant. I hadn't seen it before, and so I thought something might be wrong with my phone. And I go in there, and I was only there for 5 minutes because the person who helped me was very knowledgeable and
helpful.
and went, oh, this and this. Oh, look, here's what it is. For some reason you're mobile. It's like, here, there. Now it's gone. Here, fine. And but the person who helped me, her name was Heaven. And I said, is that your real name, Heaven? Is that your real name? Yes, it is. And I would have liked to have chatted with her a bit more about that name. Well, why did your parents name you that? And has it caused you any problems?
Why would you think it would cause her problems?
It's because it's so lofty. It's unusual and it's lofty, and it's the kind of thing that a lot of kids would make fun of because kids will make fun of almost anything.
Just about anything, yeah.
My mother's name, Nola, her parents, my grandparents, named her that because they were looking for a name they didn't think kids would make fun of at the time. It didn't work.
No.
Didn't work. But that was a specific thought in their mind.
Yeah.
We want to give her a name that nobody will make fun of.
Yeah.
But I didn't get, I'd like to, I wonder if it causes her any problems.
It's my parents' favorite Talking Heads song.
I mean, I can think of other names that would give you more problems than Heaven.
More like hell.
Like Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
That's Jermaine Jackson.
No, except if you're part of the Jackson family, nobody's going to give you crap.
I guess
about
probably
that.
not.
It makes sense when.
There are a lot of people named Nevaeh.
Nevaeh, yeah.
Which is heaven spelled backwards.
Oh.
That's
I didn't
know
that.
Nevaeh. Yeah. So.
And Prem is MERP spelled backwards.
It doesn't help.
I'm going to name my kid Prem.
This is a good reminder, though. We love to help you with baby names because we will run through all of the negative things that could possibly come from naming your child something. Or sometimes we have people that say that the parents are arguing about the name, and we'll help break the tie.
We'll help break the tie.
You can just email us your baby names, radiofromhell at x96.com.
No, I liked that name, Heaven.
I think it's a great name.
That's delightful. That's charming. It's sweet. But maybe name somebody Afterlife.
Well, that's not a good name.
No,
Heaven's a good name. But
what are other words for heaven?
Paradise?
Yeah, paradise.
The Andorian term is unpronounceable.
How about
to the Klingons, it's Vortabor.
Celestial Kingdom.
No, that's too long.
Just celestial?
All right, 7:48. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by Enchiladas and Slaw.
Enchiladas and slaw.
Yeah, a good old cabbage slaw.
And coming soon, don't miss the return of Lights, Camera, Brunch, our annual film-themed Not Safe for Work podcast with brunch, beers, and more, Sunday, January 26th at Squatters Pub. Space is limited. Buy your tickets now at saltlakebrewingco.com/squatters.
Well, the first Boner candidate, the Texas one, you can own any number of guns in Texas, but you're limited to 6 or fewer dildos. And that's a law, really. It is. That Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2, throw me out of the soccer match. That came in second. The kid throwing the flare into the a good strong second, 72 votes. Number 3, capitalism gets weirder and weirder, came in third. So winning Boner of the Day was Boner candidate number 1 with 146 votes. In Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there is a limit to the number of dildos.
There you go. That's your Boner of the Day for today, December 12, 2024. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That'll happen tomorrow at about 9:50. Dave the Flower Guy comes in and just tells us who Boner of the Week is.
I don't know why I've never had Vichyssoise. It just makes me...
You haven't?
No, I've never had it.
Even I've had it.
Is it good?
It's all right.
I mean, it's...
It'd be better hot, wouldn't it?
It's not a destination meal, you know. It's not something that
that's a good question, though.
That you crave.
That's destination meal.
Meaning
if you could go anywhere and have a meal, not like travel.
Yeah.
Like food elsewhere.
I know exactly where I'd go.
I see.
Where would you go?
I would go to Amsterdam and have Indonesian food. Or I'd go to Indonesia maybe, but I've had... the only place I've had really good... I had some in L.A. once, but they have this thing called the Reisstoffel, which is... You've had that.
Well, we also had Ethiopian in
London.
Amsterdam as well.
Well, it was London.
Was it London?
Yeah, where we ate with our hands.
That was good.
They had no utensils. You eat with your... But this, I love Indonesian food, and you can't get it around here.
Can I have utensils if I want them, or the only way you can eat it is...
No, you can't. They give you little pieces of bread.
Oh.
So you don't just dig in with your fingers.
Yeah, because I don't like that.
Yeah, you have to use one... There's one hand that you use to wipe with, and then the other one you use to eat.
Okay.
You don't...
I don't want to think about that while I'm eating.
Well, it wouldn't be a destination meal for me.
No. Carrie, what's yours?
Boy, I don't know. I've had so many great meals all over the place. I can't pick just one. Maybe not necessarily for the food, but for the experience.
What's that?
I really enjoyed Nobu in Malibu.
But not for the food?
The food was good. But it was just, it's there, it's on the beach, it's just this beautifully decorated place. It was a nice breeze coming in, we were having cocktails, I was there with Sue. It was just a nice experience. Again, the food was good.
But the atmosphere is part of it.
But the atmosphere had more to do with it than anything. Really.
Yeah, that's part of it.
You? Say corn dog, Disneyland.
No.
No.
Tri-tip sandwich at Brad's in Pismo Beach. Because you know what they do there, and I don't have to ask for it special? It's meat and bread. That is their sandwich. I don't look weird. Nobody makes fun of me. I point to it on the menu and go, I will have that.
Gina,
that is what they bring.
You do look weird because if people watch, you don't put anything on it, and you're expected... The reason it comes with just meat and bread is because you're expected to dress it the way you would like it.
You don't have to. It comes
I suppose you don't. I suppose you don't have to. If you want to be, just that plain Jane.
I say I respect the meat. And I
respect the meat.
I respect the meat.
That's your sign-off.
Respect. It was going to be anticipation of hotness, but should it be respect?
I respect the meat.
Another place where the food was good, but it was the ambience and the destination. Mama's Fish House in Maui.
Yeah, we went there last time.
Beautiful.
Or how about Mom's in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Mothers, yes.
Mothers
in New Orleans was something, yeah.
Now
that's food.
There's really no ambiance there.
No.
No, it is just like a diner.
It is a box. No windows.
Yeah.
But I remember the first time I ever went to in New Orleans. I think it was the Commander's Palace.
Yeah, we all went there.
Well, this was before I knew you guys. A long time ago, when I was an actor in the South, another life, and we went, and that's the first time I ever had oysters Rockefeller.
Was it Commander's Palace or was it Antoine's? Because that's where we went. Was Antoine's?
Oh, Antoine's. That's right.
Antoine's.
It was either Antoine. It could have been Antoine's. I've been to both of them.
Somebody says, Bill, why would you go to Amsterdam for Thai food? Why don't you just go to Thailand?
I didn't say it's not Thai food. It's Indonesian food.
Why don't you go to Indonesia?
Because I don't know what I haven't had it in Indonesia. I've had.
I bet it's really good in Indonesia.
There's a huge Indonesian community in Amsterdam, and there are many Indonesian restaurants.
There's a text from Todd Newcomb. I'll drive to Roy for the burger bar. All right, there you go. Listen, just real quick here. Of course, it's the road to the road home. We got the rest of tomorrow and Friday, and then next week, and then we're gone for 2 weeks. But the road to the road home, we're taking your physical donations, your coats, your hats. There's a whole list. If you go to x96.com, there is a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer near you where you can take your physical donations to them, and they put it in the back of a big old pickup truck, and then they drive them to us on Thursday next week when we're at the homeless shelter. We'll be broadcasting live from Ogden. John Watson Chevrolet up there next Wednesday from 6 to 10. But if that doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for most of you, really, just go to a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer with your physical donation. Cash donations, money donations.
Make them online.
Go to x96.com. Be sure to credit us for that because we are still, even though we're doing good, we're still competitive about it. So get all your stuff. When you're out going shopping this weekend, your last minute, Christmas shopping, pick up some extra items, socks, things like that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be as simple as just some socks.
Just a package of tube socks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Traffic, Gina, please.
So crash I-80 eastbound approaching the 201 freeway split in Tooele County. The right shoulder block. Traffic backed up to before Lake Point on-ramp on SR 36. That area, anytime there's an accident, it's always bad because there's no other place to go. You're just kind of stuck there till they get it cleared out. Crash eastbound Hinckley Drive, Pennsylvania Avenue, right lane and shoulder block. Traffic backed up to 1900 West. Crash on I-15 northbound approaching Center Street in Provo. 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic is backing up toward University Avenue. That's your traffic.
All right. KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake update with Victoria. We got Beat Gina on the way. Stand by for that. All that and more coming up. All for you. Randlife.com/X96.
3.25% interest rate on a mortgage. That's getting down there. 3.25%. Rand Life is offering that right now on their 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage. That's for FHA and VA loans. 3.25, 3.25%. What does that mean? Well, that means you can borrow more money. You can get a bigger house, a better neighborhood, a better yard. Maybe you want a gourmet kitchen, a house with a gourmet kitchen. That's where what you can do with that 3.25%. Rand Life is a local mortgage company. They've held my mortgage in the past, and they do a great job. So don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Rand Life. You can find out all about it by going to randlife.com/X96. Learn about their incredible new low rates. That's randlife.com/X96. Let Rand Life help you unlock the door to your perfect home.
We were talking about vinyl earlier this morning because a friend of the program, Mike in Nashville, sent us an album with a request, and we will take your vinyl requests if you send them in to us. But it reminded me, I was Christmas shopping with Muhammad, my son, not the prophet. I don't think you'd go Christmas shopping with the prophet.
Not with Muhammad.
No.
And I said, "What do you want to get Festus for Christmas?" And he said, "Oh, I'd love to."
Your other son.
My other son, who is also nonprofit.
No.
He said, "Oh, I'd like to get him some vinyl."
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So we went over to Randy's Records, which was almost impossible to move around in. There were so many people there.
Mm-hmm.
This was the week of Christmas.
Yeah.
Hugely busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we looked and we found Festus, an album. And Muhammad said he wanted to look for something for himself while we were there.
Of course.
And I said, we don't have a record player at home.
To which he said,
I don't care. I want to get it anyway.
oh, he didn't say yet.
I mean, I think he's hoping maybe we'll get one. But he wanted the Greta Van Fleet album.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, but honey, we don't. And it is sitting in his windowsill, like right over his bed.
That's bad.
Yeah, you don't want to keep it in the
No.
windowsill.
No, it'll get warped.
But I think it's so cute that he would like to get, like he's getting the cart before the horse, so to speak. But
Well, you should get him one of those frames. You know, it's like a picture frame, but for record albums.
oh yeah,
And then he can hang it on his wall, and then that could be aspirational. Someday you'll have
We'll
a
get a-
turntable, and
because when Festus was home, he had a turntable, so we had one in the house.
Mhm.
He took it when he moved out. But after
Well,
watching,
that was selfish.
after watching that Leave the World Behind Julia Roberts movie, where there's a scene in there, it's the end of the world and
physical
yeah,
media.
physical. So I am now back on board with physical media. I want record albums and I want DVDs and I want CDs.
I
Because
want,
at the end of the world,
I want. Because the end of the world. Is that really why you want a record player? Because of the end of the world?
You never know, Bill. Lots of toilet paper and record albums.
It's because these services that you subscribe to,
Yeah.
they'll just take shows away from you. You know, I mean, luckily I have on Blu-ray all of the episodes of the Venture Brothers. They're gone from they're gone from the streaming. You know, Freakazoid, a show that I love so much. It's a cartoon. I have physical media of Freakazoid, so I can watch it when I want.
You can't leave your record collection to your kids unless you have a record collection.
And then there's that.
You know, you can't.
Yeah.
All right, here's my Spotify list.
Here's my Spotify
I leave my
list.
Spotify list to my
Have you
children.
queased?
Exactly.
Jovi in Harriman texted in and wants to know about 2 different shows. And I said, don't worry, Jovi in Harriman. Victoria's here to tell you all about the Salt Lake City shows.
Jovi?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know what kind of name Jovi is.
Yeah, I've never heard that name.
You have, you just don't remember.
I don't remember?
Mm-hmm.
You have, Carrie. So
it's a theme.
It's one day when you were having a bowl of vichyssoise.
All right. Well, let's begin then, shall we?
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother.
Well, here she is, live and direct from the hog butcher to the world, the tool maker, the stacker of wheat, the player with railroads and freight handler to the nation, the city of Chicago. She's Victoria, and she's here with her Real Housewives of Salt Lake City update. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi there.
So we have 2 shows, so let's get to both of them.
Yeah, we have a lot. And I do appreciate, I heard Sean Means mention that he knew he could use the word bitch because of this segment. So we are doing good for the world.
Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, let's get it.
So we've got 2 shows. We're going to talk about the Housewives and Sold on SLC.
Mm-hmm.
So this week's episode was episode 13 of the Housewives. They called it Rooms for Improvement. They're trying with the titles, but still not great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to note for all of us that are watching, it was an hour earlier, and I panicked because I sat down at my usual time and almost thought I missed it. So luckily, I had it recorded, but I think this is how it's going to be moving forward because of Sold on SLC. So keep that in mind. To touch base on what I'm calling the realness of the show, which we've been talking about, has been going on. We hear Mary talking more about the challenges with her son and his drug abuse and his suicidal ideations. And we've talked about how this isn't as much fun to watch, but also it's super awkward for the show because then you're transitioning to the goofiness and the going on a girls trip to Mexico. And so tone-wise, it's really uncomfortable, but we're getting more of that. We hear a little bit more about Bronwyn's issues with her baby daddy and whether or not, introducing her daughter to his family. And then poor Bronwyn got bitten by a dog who was off leash while she was at a dog park. And I did not post these pictures, but her leg is all black and blue. And then she got bit on her arm. And so it made me think of Amy Donaldson call out to her reminders to us to keep our dogs on leash. Please, please, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so the episode, the main part of the episode is a girls trip to Mexico. The drama is focused on there's two main issues. So there's one issue between Lisa and Bronwyn, and then Angie and Meredith.
I wish I didn't know they'd gone to Puerto Vallarta, because that's one of my favorite places in the world, and now it's ruined for me.
It's not ruined. It's fine.
There's got to be a lot of resorts. We'll just keep you away from that one.
All right.
I've never been there. I need to go.
It's a lovely place.
So it looks beautiful. And so the first issue is between Lisa and Bronwyn. So Lisa is the one leading this trip, and so she got 2 villas for the women. And she assigned them rooms based on their beefs. So if you go to my Instagram at Judgy Empath, I posted a screenshot of what the production put together to show Lisa going through trying to keep track of who's mad at who and what room to put everybody in. And so Bronwyn ends up not in Lisa's villa, and Bronwyn's really upset about this. And Whitney and Angie notice too that this is Lisa sending a message to Bronwyn.
So now is she trying to keep the people that are fighting with each other apart, or put them together?
She's trying to keep them apart.
Okay.
And so, yes. But it is a lot of people who are all mad at each other.
Yeah.
But the interpretation definitely seems to be there's the cool girl villa and the not cool girl villa. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lisa and Bronwyn go way back. And so she's upset that she's not in the same villa as Lisa. And so I do think Lisa is being a mean girl about who she put where. I think she put her least favorite, even though she made it seem like she cared about who was mad at who, she just put her least favorite people in one villa and her favorent people in the other villa.
Wouldn't you if you were dividing up your villas?
Sure.
Of course.
I always do it.
And then I do think Lisa is still upset about what happened in Palm Springs, but she was not able to fly home first class.
Of course she is.
It's never going to go away.
No. And so then the other drama is going on between Angie and Meredith, which I will recap in our quotes of the week. So here we go.
Okay.
And again, make sure you're on my Instagram because I posted screenshots of this and tried to create a vibe, but it didn't. We'll see. So the first quote is, "I love that you make everything a merch moment." And so what this is Meredith has a Brooks Marks bag. So remember, Brooks is her son, and he's got his own brand.
Oh, yeah.
And Meredith is returning a gift back to Angie that Angie gave her at her bat mitzvah, and it's some shampoo. And Meredith says, "I can't use shampoo with sulfite," or whatever that is, right? The shampoo that you're not, anyway. And so she gives these gifts back to Angie. And so this is Angie saying, like, "Oh, Meredith turned this gift back, giving the gift back to a merch moment." All right, and then the next quote is, "That was an accident. I handed you the bag. I did not realize the bag was upside down, you drama queen." And so this is Angie throwing the bag of shampoo at Brittany because she says Brittany has nasty hair and she should use this shampoo. And so
subtle.
I posted this very, very subtle. And so I posted the pictures of this where Angie's picking up the bag and she's throwing it at Brittany. And you can see the bag ends up kind of going upside down. So these big shampoo bottles end up all over the table. Anyway, and then the last quote is, "Let's not insult porn stars right now." Because we start comparing somebody's hair to porn star hair. And so let's not, it goes porn stars and then housewives. Come on.
All right.
And so that was the basic episode. We'll get more in Port of Vallarta next week. So let's go on to Sold on SLC. The episode is called Thou Shalt Broker Peace. I am loving this show. It's so much fun. I love the real estate moments. I love this title. Production seems to really care about trying to bring something different to this show, because I love how this title sounds scripture-y, right? And then the use of broker, right, of the real estate broker. I don't know. It's fun. I like it. So let me walk through some of the cast. So Jen is the queen bee. She runs Presidio, which is the real estate firm that we're most focused on. I think her ego is very delicate. We learn that her nemesis is Paige, and so Paige runs a competing brokerage firm. And we spend a lot of time hearing Jen talk about what she's worried about Paige is doing and not doing.
What is Paige's firm called?
I didn't get the name of that. I could probably look it up. I'll look it up. Right. But one of Jen's current brokers used to work for Paige and is still kind of doing stuff for Paige, so it's creating some drama. And then Jen lost 14 brokers, I think, to a different firm. I couldn't tell if this was Paige's firm or somebody else's firm. And so she's worried because Jen also has Sarah, who is from Brazil, who's a broker, and Sarah's husband works for another firm, and so Jen's worried that his firm is poaching her agents, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's Jen. One of the other agents, her name is Sarah. She's Brazilian. She's really, really interesting, and she shared some of her experiences growing up in Brazil, which are kind of scary, but she's interesting. I like her. We have Malaysia, who is dumb. She's the broker, not the country, so Malaysia.
Her name is Malaysia? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so Utah. I'll post a picture of her. She's so Utah. She used to work for Paige. Her husband also used to play for the Arizona Cardinals. And then her quote of the week is beta a TikTok word, because they're talking about alphas and betas, and she thinks they're talking about the fish.
She's
and
dumb.
She calls her boss a beta fish. She's so dumb. Tina is my favorite. So she calls herself a unicorn because she's black, she's a woman, she's a lesbian, and she used to be Mormon, and she lives in Utah. She's amazing. And so she says, who would have thought lesbians and Mormons have so much in common? Because she's talking about her current relationship and how she says legit on their second date, her girlfriend brought a U-Haul. So she's like, the stereotype is true.
I have only one quibble with her, the way she spells her name.
That's not her fault.
Tina. T-Y. I'm telling you, she changed it. I'll bet you she changed it from T-I-N-A to T-Y-N-A.
I will slide into her DMs and ask her.
I'm going to just call her Tina.
I know.
Anyway.
I also like Taika or anyway. And then I love how she's always the first one to eat something. When Jen puts out charcuterie or desserts, Tina's all over it. I love that. And then they go to the White Horse, which is my favorite. But then, of course, Malaysia, who's dumb, says, I've never been here before. I judge her so much. But I think she'll be fun for this up.
What about the houses? I want to know about the houses.
Oh, The houses are amazing. I wish there were more. Looks like they're mostly in Lehigh. I'd like to see more like in the valley, but the houses are so fun to look at. And there is a broker who they're mostly multi-million-dollar homes, but there's this broker who he used to just broker in like homes that I could afford, and now he's trying to break into like the bigger markets. So it's interesting to watch him try and sell and market one of these bigger multi-million-dollar homes. They're beautiful. I think they're gorgeous, but yeah. So watch it. I mean, you can rely on me to give you the recap, but I just think it's such a fun show. Definitely check it out.
Okay. And is it on Bravo as well?
Yes, and it's right after Housewives.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's on Wednesday nights, right after the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. So you get all your Salt Lake Bravo. Bravo. All right, so our drinking game this week, I'm calling Say, Say, Say. Take a drink each time someone says said or say. It's like who's on first, because you've got Brittany and Meredith arguing about, what did I say? This is what I said. What did you say? It's ridiculous. I'm also hoping that Brittany's playing this game along with us, and she can stop being so thirsty about trying to become an official cast member. She's pathetic.
All right. Okay, so we'll check in with that. And how many more of these Real Housewives of Salt Lake are there? You know?
I would guess we have about maybe 6 to 8 more episodes, and then we'll have the reunion.
Right.
And then I would guess that Sold on SLC will probably be about 10 episodes, but I'll keep an eye on that.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria.
All right, bye guys. See you next week.
Judgy Empath on the social medias.
All right, there you go. Traffic.
The biggest issue is this crash, I-80 eastbound approaching the 201 freeway split in Tooele County. The right shoulder block, traffic backed up to before Lake Point on-ramp on SR 36. Lots of slowdowns through there. That's the only thing I'm seeing on the UDOT cameras. Maybe you're seeing something out there that friends of the program need to be aware of. Text us 33986. The Stateroom presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Pink Talking Fish, a fusion of Pink Floyd, Talking Heads, and Fish, live at the Commonwealth Room December 27th. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Thank you very much. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. What is our prize today?
Huge prize, Kilby Block Party tickets for the whole thing, May 15th through the 18th. Weezer, New Order, Devo, Beach House, Justice, and many, many more.
All right, you get those Kilby Block Party tickets when you play Beat Gina, 877-602-9696. After these messages and a song, stand by. on this day. In 1980, The Clash released their fourth studio album, a triple LP called Sandinista.
Yep.
Featuring The Call Up, Hitsville, UK, Somebody Got Murdered, Police on My Back, Charlie Don't Surf, and that song, The Magnificent Seven. All right. Nice. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
X96 presents the Kilby Block Party, coming to the Utah State Fair Park May 15th through the 18th, featuring Weezer performing their critically acclaimed Blue album, plus New Order, Devo, Beach House, Justice, and many, many more. Tickets are on sale now at kilbyblockparty.com.
And now, live from the Broadway Media Studios, it's time for fast-paced entertainment, witty banter, and competition as a Radio from Hell listener tries to best the quick-witted trivia machine we call Gina Barberi in another thrilling round of Beat Gina. I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny O, and before we get to today's contest, I'd like to tell you about an exciting idea for someone's Christmas gift.
Ooh.
It's X-ray specs.
Ooh.
That's right, X-ray specs and hilarious optical illusion. This is a scientific optical principle that really works. Imagine you put on these eyeglasses, like the X-ray specs, and hold your hand in front of you.
Yes.
You seem to be able to look right through the flesh and see the bones underneath.
No.
And look at her. Is that really her body you see under her clothes?
No.
It's loads of laughs and fun at parties. Send only $1 plus 25-cent shipping charges or order COD and pay the postman on delivery $1 plus the COD shipping charges. Money back guaranteed either way. Order now at Hypnotic Aid Supply, 95 Madison Avenue, New York, New York.
No.
It's a lie.
And now, I've tried them. I'm putting them on, and I can see through your clothes right now, Gina Barberi. And now, he's a host who learned everything he knows about game show emceeing from Hypnotoad.
Yes.
Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you're going to play against, is it Melody? Melody today.
Hello.
Hello.
There. Well, Melody, let's toss a coin to see who goes first. If you win, it will give you the advantage in the game. Heads or tails?
Heads. Heads.
All right. Let's see. Tails today.
That's a first. You were, Melody, I get why you picked heads, but finally it switched over. So.
Exactly. So that means Gina goes first, Melody. The first question is for her to answer on her own. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I'll allow you to answer the question, the same question, and steal the point away if you answer it correctly. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Let's see. We got some leftover questions. Sandra Bullock trivia.
All right.
Leftover.
Sandy, your friends call her Sandy.
Sandy Bullock trivia. Here we go. First question is for Gina. All right, Gina. What kind of movie has Sandra Bullock vowed she would never be a part of? What kind of movie? Was it one, a live-action Polly Pocket movie? Because the toys are so pure. Is it two, remakes or reboots of any Don Knotts movie, unless Mick Jagger plays the Don Knotts role?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the caveat.
Very good.
Is it 3 westerns or 4 musicals?
I would say musical.
Musical is correct.
That's a point for Gina. It's your turn now, Melody.
Melody? Which extracurricular activity did she participate in as a child? Sandra Bullock. Is it 1, ballet? Is it 2, catapult club? Is it 3, stage crew? Or 4, exorcisms?
Number 1, ballet.
Ballet is correct. Well.
1-1. Now back to Gina.
Gina.
Okay.
What company does Sandra Bullock own along with her sister?
Okay.
Is it 1, Fortis Films? Is it 2, she owns a Dickey's barbecue pit franchise? 3, Classic Creations? Or 4, the Last Drive Up Photomat store? They'll make a comeback.
Fortis Films?
Fortis Films is correct.
It's 2-1. Now Melody has a chance to tie.
Melody, what is Sandra Bullock allergic to? Is it 1, bees? Is it 2, square dancing? Is it 3, horses? Or 4, sensible shoes?
I'm going to go with horses.
horses.
3.
All right.
Guys
2 to 2.
Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
Man, this is great. Back to Gina now. You could win on this question, Gina.
All right, our last Sandra Bullock question. Her high school class has given her the title of what?
Okay.
Is a 1, most likely to brighten up your day. 2, most likely to become a famous actor/actress. 3, most likely to drop her phone in the toilet. Or 4, most likely to survive the Hunger Games.
I'm betting she brightened everybody's day.
She did.
And Gina wins the game. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
Melody.
Melody, too bad.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Melody, you know, even though I beat you, I think what Sandra Bullock would want me to do.
Is this what Sandy would want?
Yeah, this is what Sandy would do. She would give you the Kilby Block Party tickets anyway.
Wow. What do you say to
Oh,
that?
thank you. That is so kind.
Well,
Isn't
all right.
it? Isn't it?
Hang on the line. We'll tell you what you have to do to get your tickets.
All right, I've got to go.
Yes?
I've got to go home. I'm allergic to horses too.
Oh. There you go. All right, let's get to some big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Clark Planetarium proudly presents Laser Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a holiday music journey going on now through December 31st. Don't miss this breathtaking laser light spectacle in the Hanson Dome Theater. Get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
That really made no sense what Johnny just said, that he has to go home because he's allergic to horses.
Exactly.
There's
I
no
don't
horses in this room.
I don't know what he... The tragedy, one of a kind, an original. He could be very entertaining. I remember seeing him on Carson a lot. Kreskin, the amazing Kreskin, a renowned mentalist who had his own TV programs in the 70s. He has died. He was 89. Kreskin's family announced the news in a statement posted on social media. It is with heavy hearts we announce the passing of the amazing Kreskin. He told us this was going to happen. He was born George Kresge at the age of 89.
Yes, he said, I will die.
Performing for all of you brought immense joy to his life, and it was something he deeply cherished. The family kindly asked for privacy during this difficult time. From 1972 to 75, Kreskin hosted the TV series The Amazing World of Kreskin, which was broadcast in Canada and distributed in syndication in the United States. He then entertained studio audiences with The New Kreskin Show from 75 to 77. In his 1991 book, Secrets of the Amazing Kreskin,
he told his secrets?
He explained that he is not a psychic, not an occultist, not a fortune teller. I'm not a mind reader, a medium, or a hypnotist. There is nothing supernatural about anything I do. I'm a scientist, you might say.
A sinus?
A scientist, a researcher in the field of suggestion and extrasensory perceptions. I perform what I discover. I think what he means by that is he was pretty intuitive.
So
about
explain
what
some things he could do.
Well, he would always he would always have his paycheck for an appearance, and he would say, hide my paycheck somewhere in the audience, and I'll suss it out. And he would do things. He would do that. He was a frequent guest on Carson, Merv Griffin, Letterman, all those talk shows, and he would do. He would find your card. He would.
Is this your card?
He could do all of that kind of stuff, and he knew how to arrange things so that they seemed more mystical than they really were.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good he was a good entertainer. He also was the author of Kreskin's Fun Way to Mind Expansion, Kreskin Super Secrets, How to Be a Fake Kreskin, Conversations with Kreskin, and more.
Yeah, he claimed he could read minds, and well.
Oh no, he said he doesn't.
He said he doesn't.
I don't read people's minds.
He convinced you that he could read your mind.
Jamie Foxx just ended the mystery surrounding his health care. He revealed that he'd suffered a stroke last year.
We all knew it was a stroke. I don't know why they didn't say it.
I don't know.
They were being so cryptic and weird about it.
A lot of it has to do with insurance. Movie studios, will they hire you if you've had a stroke? He opened up on his new Netflix comedy special, Jamie Foxx, What Happened Was, sharing that he suffered a brain bleed. That led to the stroke while filming the movie Back in Action. He teared up as he recounted the terrifying moment, saying, "I was having a bad headache. I asked my boy for an aspirin. I realized quickly that when you're in a medical emergency, your boys don't know what they have to do."
Mm-hmm.
He said before he could even get the aspirin, he was out cold, and then the next thing he knew, he was 20 days in the hospital.
Wow.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
He revealed that his pals took him to a doctor who sent him home with a cortisone shot, but it was his sister, Deidre Dixon, who sensed something was seriously wrong and drove him to the hospital, and that's why he's still alive. The doctor, "I'll go home, you'll be okay."
You're fine. Walk it off.
Let's see. The U.S. Magnesium Corporation out there on the Great Salt Lake
Yes.
acknowledged that they've stopped working on a massive hydraulic retaining wall meant to protect the Great Salt Lake from its acidic wastewater,
Because who cares?
adding that it does not believe there are any current contamination leaks. The mining company is being sued by the contractor it hired to build the retaining wall and 6 additional businesses, which each allege U.S. Magnesium has not paid their bills for work, equipment, or other resources in the past year.
Donald Trump doesn't pay his bills. Why should we pay our bills?
Forgan LLC of Colorado stopped work on the wall in November of 2023. It said in its lawsuit, which contends U.S. Magnesium owes it at least $5.8 million for 5 months of construction. In May, the Environmental Protection Agency learned that progress on the wall had halted, and it informed U.S. Magnesium that it was out of compliance with the 2021 settlement with the agency. U.S. Magnesium is required to build the sunken retaining wall, clean up past contamination, add a new filtration plant to treat wastewater, and make other improvements to its Tooele County plant, which it has not done. But they're still operating, so there you go. Utah was named one of the most conspiracy-obsessed states in the entire country.
Yes. Really? I believe that.
Yes.
With interest in
I don't
conspiracy,
disagree with that.
with interest in conspiracy theories paralleling the rise of the internet, an organization called Yardbarker, not sure what they do.
Yardbarker.
It's a website.
Is it?
It's a website. Yeah. Okay. It's a website. They set out to see which states were more obsessed with conspiracy theories than others. Study found that Utah ranked 10th overall in the United States.
I think it'd be higher than that.
Yardbarker looked at how many searches came from each state in connection to 8 popular conspiracy theories like Bigfoot, the moon landing, and flat Earth. In all, Utah had 2,432 conspiracy searches per 100,000 residents. That's far below neighbors in Nevada and Wyoming. The most searched conspiracy theory in Utah, which, this is odd, Bohemian Grove. Why would that be, I wonder?
What is Bohemian Grove?
Oh, Bohemian Grove is a place in California. It's been there for years, where the wealthy men go, and they do it mostly naked. Henry Kissinger goes there. Used to go there. Yeah, I mean it's a real place, and it's and they have these kind of bizarre bonfire rituals that they do. It's a place where really wealthy men go and behave foolishly. Bohemian Grove, number 1. Area 51, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Flat Earth, chemtrails.
Yeah.
JFK, and the moon landing. So there you go.
Oh, it's the greatest hits.
Yeah, pretty much. It took longer than expected, but the statue of Martha Hughes Cannon was finally unveiled inside the National Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, where it will represent the state of Utah for decades to come. Martha Hughes Cannon served as Utah's first female state senator and was a physician and a suffragette, and she was later founded the Utah Department of Health. She served, the state legislature, approved replacing the statue of television inventor Philo Farnsworth. And again, I still don't know where the statue of Philo Farnsworth has gone. We offered to take it, but nobody.
We'll put it out here.
Nobody took us up on that. So I don't. So every state gets 2 statues. So we have Martha Hughes Cannon, and you know who the other one is?
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young. I would have left Philo Farnsworth.
Yes.
But that's just me. Midvale.
No, I mean Philo and Martha Hughes Cannon is who I would have put.
The Midvale City Council voted to appoint Councilman Dustin Gettle as mayor Tuesday night to replace Marcus Stevenson. He resigned last month in a big hurry, remember?
Yeah.
Accused of having an affair with a staffer, and that's in violation of city policy. Gettle has been on the council for 7 years, and he'll be the mayor until they have another election, I guess. The guy, Luigi Mangione, who shot the insurance company executive, considered bombing Manhattan before, and then he decided, no, bombing Manhattan is too difficult. Innocent people might be hurt.
Well, yes.
So he targeted this guy.
Utah Valley University is where
that's a good place for it.
Philo T. Farnsworth statue is.
And nutritionists are saying, Gina, less steak, more beans.
What do they know?
Eat more beans. As a representative of the Rancho Gordo Bean Club, I concur.
All right. Sports weather traffic.
Bill Belichick has never coached college football.
And he's been in coaching for like 35 years.
Yeah, usually you'll work your way up. He's only coached in the NFL. Well, he's going to go coach college football at North Carolina.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for him, I guess. Utah Hockey Club on the road at Colorado Avalanche. Puck drops at 7 tonight. In the NFL, Rams and 49ers, puck drops on that. Yes, puck drops on that at 6:15. Weather, it's chilly this morning. Going to get up to a high of 46. We'll build in a little bit of that haze again. But we do have a storm coming through tonight into tomorrow. Not going to bring a lot of precipitation with it, but it will mix up the air, which is a good thing. 50% chance of overnight snow. A high tomorrow of 41. Overnight lows in the mid-20s. Traffic, we had a friend of the program that said major crash, 53rd South, 7th East, westbound direction is completely blocked. Let's see. Nothing else being sent in there. Still having that issue out in the eastbound I-80 at the 201 freeway split in Tooele County. Police are removing tire debris from southbound US 89 and Fruit Heights. All lanes stopped for a couple minutes to do that. Traffic backed up almost to 200 North in Kaysville. I wonder if that was related to that truck that was losing its load. Secure your load, please. Let's see. Are you struggling with weight loss? Empathetics Wellness is offering revolutionary GLP-1 weight loss injections for just $99 for the first 2 months. $99 a month for the first 2 months, then only $279 a month with no contracts. Go to Empathetic, let me spell that for you, EMPATHETIX wellness.com.
Thank you. All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these. And don't forget, just after 9 o'clock, it is the Boner Recap Game. Stand by to learn how to play and what you'll win.
Well, I'm not a Roddy Bottom. I'm a Johnny Ola. I'm the Beat Gina announcer, Johnny Ola, speaking to you today on behalf of Tip Top Spicy Fruit Loaf. Ooh. Plain or toasted, Tip Top is simply terrific. Never before a fruit loaf with so many pieces of delicious, good-for-you fruit, or just such a blend of delicate spices. The tip-top quality starts in our research laboratories, where every ingredient used in tip-top bread products is checked and rechecked to ensure the highest standards of purity and quality for you and your family. The tip-top spicy fruit loaf adds more appeal and more goodness to after-school and supper-time snacks, pops out of the toaster, golden brown and tempting for morning and afternoon teas. It's spicy fruit loaf time right now. So look for it in the cellulose pack with the red, white, and blue shield. Spicy fruit loaf is available in all capital cities except for Perth and Hobart. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
it's fruitcake, right?
Yeah.
It's like raisin toast.
Okay. All right.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola. Thank you very much. The randomizer has picked a contestant. You'll be playing against Candy today. Are you there, Candy?
Candy?
I'm here. Thanks for letting me listen.
Hi, Candy.
Candy.
Let's toss a
Hi.
coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. Heads or tails? You call it.
Head.
All right. There we go. It is tails.
Candy, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Alanis Morissette August 1st at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, so this means that because Gina won the coin toss, the first question goes to her. She will answer it on her own exclusively. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it right, she gets the point. If not, Candy, we'll let you answer the same question. And if you get it correctly, you'll steal the point away from Gina. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Now, you're at a disadvantage already, Candy. What are you prepared to do in Gina's name if she wins?
I'm going to donate $50 to the Humane Society. I'm a regular donator.
Good girl.
That's terrific. All right, so multiple choice pop culture trivia potpourri today because, well, why not? Let's see. We got a couple of leftover Inside Out questions.
Okay.
Because that movie is huge right now.
My daughter went to see it last night.
But this is for the first one.
Okay.
For the first Inside Out movie, Gina. According to the director, Pete Docter, each emotion is based on a shape. Joy is based on a star.
Okay.
Sadness is a teardrop.
Okay.
Anger is a fire brick. Fear is a raw nerve.
Okay.
What is disgust's shape? Is it 1, broccoli? Is it 2, a haddock? 3, a leaf? Or 4, a swallow? I'm not sure if it's an African or European swallow.
She's green. I'm going broccoli.
Broccoli is correct, yes.
All right, that's a point for Gina. And now, Candy.
Candy? Originally, Joy was supposed to team up with which emotion? Originally.
Okay.
What you see in the movie is not originally what happened. But originally, Joy was supposed to team up with which emotion? Was it 1, disgust? Was it 2, it was always sadness? Was it 3, anger? Or 4, fear?
I'm going to guess anger.
Anger. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Fear?
Dang it.
Fear is correct.
All right, that's 2 for Gina, none for Candy. Gina controls the question. You may be just out of here in a moment's notice.
I'll say. Well, let's see. Scooby-Doo trivia.
Okay.
This is specifically the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie, 2002. This is one of the few Scooby-Doo projects to reveal the real first names of what characters?
Okay.
Is it 1, Scrappy-Doo, we find out is Scrapple. 2, the Black Knight Ghost as Jeremiah Old Man Wickles. 3, Scooby and Shaggy are Scoobert and Norville. Or 4, Fred's legal name is actually Gertrude.
It's Shaggy and Scooby.
Yes.
Gina wins the game just like that. Bing, bang, bomb. Sorry, Candy.
Sorry, Candy.
Sorry.
Oh, but look how nice Candy regularly gives to the Humane Society, not just now. I think that needs to be rewarded, even though I beat you, Candy. We're going to go ahead and give you these tickets anyway to see Alanis Morissette August 1st at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, hang on the line, Candy, and we'll
thank you.
get those tickets to you.
I've got to go and toast up some fruit loaf.
Fruit loaf. All right. 8:49.
Now, yesterday, Carrie, you teased us a little bit with Paige Neibauer and some secrets to doing some Christmas bits that will make our radio show popular.
Well, this guy, Paige Neibauer, he's like one of the top radio consultants in the industry.
Oh, yeah, I think he may be the best.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what he says.
But he gave us a list of the, I think it's 37 bits of Christmas.
These are the things that are going to put us over the edge.
Guarantee.
Get us some good ratings.
If we do this, we'll be number one in no time.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Let me get my notebook here.
All right. I'm not going to do all 37. Just going to do a few here.
Okay.
Morning show Christmas pageant.
Oh.
Put on a Christmas pageant?
For all the listeners who didn't get chosen to be in the school's production, finally, you can be in it. The audience will be way larger than the crowded masses in the gym. Write up a quick play about the holidays at your station. Throw in some standards, and you're set. You put on a play.
Who we get to be the baby Jesus? I wonder.
Oh, me, of course.
We'll have to buy a crash.
Isn't that obvious? It would be.
Well, no, wait, Gina. It would be Gina because she would remain seated.
I don't get to be Mary.
Yeah. You'd have to be Mary because you're Catholic.
Yeah.
Mary was Catholic.
Here's another one.
Mary was Catholic.
She was.
I think she was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
Santa Idol.
Oh no!
Which is a talent competition in studio between mall Santas.
You get people to
get mall Santas, and they come in and they would sing a song or something.
Or just get people to come in and say, let's see if you're qualified to be a Santa.
See, the possibilities are endless.
There really are.
I don't think that's true. I think at some point you will have run out of possibilities.
No, I don't. No.
Merry Matrimony.
Uh-oh.
Merry Matrimony.
MERRY.
Oh.
You know what no station has ever done? Merry Santa.
What?
You could either find a mall Santa in a long relationship and you ambush his girlfriend at work.
What?
Or you bring in Mr. and Mrs. Claus to renew their vows on the air surrounded by elves.
This could get you arrested, I think.
I think it'd be better if you just had somebody who was licensed to marry people and have them dressed as Santa.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
You get married by Santa. Yeah. That's what I would do.
Married by Santa.
But I'm not Paige Neubauer, so. Single mom seeks Santa. It's not what you.
Santa?
It's not what you think. What you do is you get moms to bring in those hard to put together toys. Single moms.
No, don't groan at this, Bill. This is a great idea.
And single guys can help them put them together so that on Christmas morning they're already assembled for the kids.
Bill?
It would do that on the radio. That would be really good.
Well, no, I'm just saying I have been single mom at Christmas and having to put things together that I couldn't put together. It would be nice to have some help with
this
that.
This does two things. It helps out single moms and allows single moms to come meet single guys who are cool with them having kids.
Yeah. I don't mind this one.
This one you like?
That's fine in real, but how does it come across on the radio?
I don't know. A Scroogiest Boss contest. Have all the people call in with stories about how cheap their employers were.
That's a good expo, actually.
Then throw a giant nightclub party for the staff of all these companies.
I mean, not that. We're not going to do that. But maybe for an expo.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to get a lot of people in our audience fired.
Well, you don't say the name of the business.
No, they figure it out.
Let's see. Holiday party at the station. They got a guy who played piano at malls during the shopping season and set him up in the lobby. Then they had punch and cookies and mistletoe and a tree, and people from downtown buildings could wander over throughout the day, meet the staff, mingle, and register for prizes.
Now, we had, for a few years, the Radio from Hell Santa. Our official, we hired an actor to play Santa and come to our events. We've done that.
Here's one. Hospital visits. An oldie but a goodie. Unless you've never dressed as Santa and gone to Children's Hospital, you'll never know how large of a promotion this is.
So you're going for ratings on the misery of children.
But I was fired because I refused to dress up as Santa.
What? What is that story?
And go visit the hospital.
How do I not know this story?
It was my first radio gig. They said, we want you to dress up as Santa and go visit people at the hospital. And I said, why me? He said, well, you just seem like a good candidate. I said, it's because I'm the fat one, right?
Oh, no.
Why don't you dress up as Santa and go visit them?
And you got fired?
We don't like your attitude. He was looking for a reason to fire me.
How have I never heard that story?
It was a long, long time. It was my first radio gig. He was picking on me because I was the fat person in the building. I'm just like, no,
that's horrible.
You do it. You do it. He was mad at me for being barefoot in the station anyway. So
I think it was also had a lot to do with the fact that you always get the new person to do stuff because nobody else wants to do it.
I'd been there a year and a half by then, so I was hardly the new person. Anyway, all right. Well, there's just a few.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
There's more.
I don't think we'll do any of those things.
None of those things.
What are you doing out on the roads, huh? There's a crash northbound Redwood Road in Salt Lake, the right lane affected there. Still some slowage eastbound I-80. This is out by Lake Point, milepost 99. Crash southbound US 89 approaching Main Street exit in Fruit Heights. They had stopped traffic for a couple minutes to clear some debris. I think they've reopened that, but there's still lots of slowage through that area. Let me see if you've sent anything in via text. You have not, but you can. Let us know what you're seeing out on the roads. 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
All right, we will take a break, play a song. After that song, well, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win the prize. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess, but why take a chance? I'd cheat if I were you. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting December 12, 2024. Click on that box and it'll say winner next to the winner. What is the prize?
Your choice. Actually, it's the same show, but it's your choice whether you call it the Papa Roach Show or the Rise Against Show. It's all happening April 3rd at the Maverick Center.
Just tell us who won the boner this morning, and you'll win 877-602-9696 after these messages and a song. Stand by. Zero Res.
Zero Res. We should let you know about the special offer Zero Res has right now.
Yeah.
Because this is good. You're going to have people over for the holidays, and you're going to be home more over the holidays. You want your house to be clean when you're spending more time at home. The X96 special is get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $119, and then you can also get a 4th room for free with a food donation. Just give the technician a bag of non-perishable food items at the time of the cleaning, and you'll get that 4th room clean for free. All food will be donated to the Utah Food Bank. Do not go to the grocery store and rent one of those carpet cleaners. They're gross, and they don't do a good job.
Yes.
Have the professionals take care of it. They guarantee it, by the way. They guarantee to make it easy to get what you pay for, and they absolutely stand behind every cleaning. Get 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at just $119, like I was saying. But you got to ask for the X96 special when you call 801-288-9376 or go online at zerores.com.
Very strange enchanted boy.
That very strange enchanted boy was, or is, I should say, Kyle Brown. And as you know, many of you know, we've been reading letters from Kyle Brown. He's been a long-time participant on this show. We've found out that Kyle is suffering from a fatal condition called ALS, and it's affected his speech, and that's why he's been sending us letters. But today, Kyle is on the phone, and I think Kyle's wife, Colleen, is with us as well. Kyle, are you there?
Yeah. Hey.
We're here.
There's Colleen. Kyle, are you feeling well today?
No.
No.
He said no.
Why is he? When I saw Kyle on Saturday, Colleen, you and Kyle, Kyle said he was feeling pretty good. What's the problem today?
Yeah. What is the problem today, Kyle?
ALS.
Oh, ALS.
ALS.
Little thing.
I see. Yeah, that. Yeah, that. Kyle is. How are your spirits? Are you generally? Are you feeling down or up or how are you?
They're okay.
Your spirits are okay. Okay.
So, Colleen, why are we doing this differently this week?
Because Kyle said so.
That's pretty much what happens around the house anymore. Kyle said so, and so that's what happens.
Yes, he barks orders at me all day long.
Barks orders at you. Hey, Kyle, let me hear you bark an order, Kyle.
That's not
a bark.
I see. Yeah. Kyle, you now I was asking you when I saw you on Saturday. You're still able to work. That's right, isn't it?
He said yes.
Oh, that was.
I see.
That was yes.
I
Okay.
see. Did when I was there on Saturday too, your daughter, her name is Nina, is that right?
Yes.
It was going to the prom, and Kyle, did she have any stories about the prom when you saw her after prom?
He said, I know you were wondering where my daughter ordered dinner from it, or what she ordered at Stanza.
Right. Yeah, at Stanza.
On the prom, and she got rigatoni.
She got rigatoni.
Okay.
I urged her to try the carbonara, but no dice. Huh? Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah. Did she have a good time?
No.
I hope he's not listening.
Well, she's a charming person, and I think you guys are lucky to have her around. Kyle, are you still planning on going to New York City for the Is it an ESPY or it's not an ESPY, is it?
An Emmy.
An Emmy.
An Emmy. It's an Emmy.
Emmy.
A sports Emmy award. And are you still planning on going to New York for that, Kyle?
We committed yesterday to attend the Sports Emmy in New York on May 22nd. It will, of course, be dependent on my health.
Kyle's health, sure. Not your health.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, and I that's pretty tough timing too because
I'm translating for Kyle.
You what?
She's translating.
I'm translating for him.
That's pretty tough because there's a graduation like a couple of days after that, right?
Yes, 2 days later, Nina, high school.
Graduation from high school. Well, Kyle, would you like people? I know people have been sending you emails. Would you like them to continue to do that? Oh, you're just making this up.
Yes, he is.
He said yes.
There we go.
He's just making this up.
Kyle is still Kyle.
He's still being funny.
Kyle
of course he is.
Still Kyle.
Would you like people sending you email?
You're about to get laughing, which is the best part.
Yeah. We don't want to make Kyle laugh. He'll choke on his own
laugh.
Laugh. Well, listen, I'll make sure and republish your email address, Kyle, so that people can send, because I know you do like hearing from people. And there are people out there listening who have family members who have ALS. Mm-hmm. Some of them experience it themselves. And I don't know if you heard, Kyle, somebody suggested that we put all your letters together and publish them in like a book. And I don't know, try to sell it raise money for ALS or something. I don't know exactly how we would do it, but generally, would you be in favor of that?
He said yes.
Oh, I thought so.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
I thought so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought that was
That's a relief.
I thought that was a yes.
Oh,
I just,
great.
Kyle, I can't stress enough, and I think people, it's a cliche to say, it, but you are an inspiring person to a lot of people hearing this. I think and then a lot of people hearing it thinks this is sick. So.
Yeah. I'm prepared for.
I hope they don't think he's exaggerating because this is pretty authentic speech.
It is.
I'm preparing for the angry DMs at this moment.
Yeah, no. When I try, it's interesting though. When I sat with Kyle and Colleen on Saturday, we can carry on a conversation. We're mostly kind of back and forth between me and Colleen, but Kyle is part of that conversation somehow, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just he's right there and present in the conversation, and yet he can't really say much. It's kind of remarkable. Yes.
He said yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. That's what I thought.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Well, Kyle,
we love you both.
we love you. Maybe we'll go back to a letter next week.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
I think that might be,
This was great.
that
I
might
love
be better.
We'll see.
But
We'll play it by ear.
yes. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thanks, you two.
Look over there.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
There was a boy.
Jeez.
That was great. Yeah, other things. Buddy and Holiday said, "Wow, propaganda! I haven't heard them on your station in a long time." In Holiday,
And that's because
on this day, in 1963, Claudia Brücken, she's the singer there for propaganda. A band we used to play that, and they had another song called "Duel" that we used to play a long time ago.
I wonder what's happened to Claudia.
I don't know. She's celebrating her birthday today. She's probably having cake.
I'd like some cake. Anyway, time now for a very special contest, the Boner Recap.
And there's a very special prize associated with that.
Yes.
Yes, it's tickets to see Papa Roach and Rise Against and Under Oath live at the Maverick Center April 3rd. Go to x96.com for more information.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
No.
So do we have someone who would like to win those tickets?
Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Yes,
Brad, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are.
How are you?
We can hear you now.
How are you today, Brad?
Really, really good. Cold, but I'm good.
You're working outside?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Road construction.
Well,
Thanks for doing it.
Building roads.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, somebody needs to build the roads because the car's got to have some place to go.
Yes, they do.
Brad, is that short for Bradley?
No.
No, it's just Brad. All right. Brad.
Brad, yep.
Now, if you tell me who the Boner winner was today, successfully, you will win those tickets to see. Is it a Rise Against show for you or a Papa Roach show?
Papa Roach.
Papa Roach show. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to read these three candidates. You tell me the winner. Did you hear them earlier?
I did.
All right, you'll get it then easily. Boner candidate number 1. In Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there is a limit on the number of dildos. That's a legislator trying to pass a law in Texas to make it it would prohibit the sale of obscene devices at retail stores like Target, Walmart, and CVS. You just can't sell personal vibrators or things like that. You can still sell them in, a sex store or whatever, but not. And there is a law in Texas. You can only own 6 dildos. Any more than 6, then you're in violation of the law. Boner candidate number 2, throw me out of the soccer match, will you? I'll show you. This kid in Florida, he was being disruptive at a soccer match at a private school. They asked him to leave. He went to his car and fired a flare gun into the soccer stadium, into the field, nearly injuring someone and causing damage to the artificial turf. And Boner candidate number 3, capitalism just gets weirder and weirder. This is the McDonald's in Australia, who's done a commercial tie-in with Squid Game. They're giving away prizes. Nobody's going to get a bullet to the head, hopefully, but they're giving away prizes based on Squid Game. All right, Brad, which one was the winner?
Number 1.
That's correct, Brad. You yourself are a winner of those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on,
Brad. Hopefully they'll let you ride in the front of the pickup truck next time instead of the back.
I think he's standing on the side of the road.
Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets there. It's a whole thing. Oh, Gina.
It's that magical time of year again.
It is. It's the X96 X Days of Xmas, here to help you get a head start on your holiday shopping. Listen every weekday with Radio from Hell, Artie Fufkin, and Todd Newcomb to win different prizes every day, like gift cards from Lim Jewelers, Harmon's, Jed's Barbershop, Solution Loans, and more. Plus, enter to win our grand prize, including one of every daily prize at x96.com. Today's prize: a $100 gift card to Jed's Barbershop, offering classic, modern, and specialty haircuts, as well as traditional straight razor shaves. Open 7 days a week with locations in Salt Lake and Daybreak. Learn more at jedsbarbershop.com. Here is your keyword to text in to 33986. The keyword is trim. Trim, T-R-I-M, trim. Text that to 33986 now to enter to win.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, movie house!
All right, there you go. Easy enough. Okay, well, let's take a break. After this break, it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. So stand by for that. We'll have on the way, all right? Larson HVAC and Plumbing. I tell you, I've been in my house for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And they came over and took a look at my sink in my bathroom. It's never drained so rapidly.
So you just had like some little you didn't have a major
Yeah.
issue. You just had some little things.
I had some slow drains and some toilet handles that need to be looked at and things like that.
I like to have Sean Larson just come over and we have coffee and chat.
Sure.
Well, Sean and his whole family, they're friends of the program, and they've had this plumbing HVAC business since 2017. And they want to sign you up, friends of the program, for their VIP services. We get those too. They're just nice. Your furnace, your air conditioner, get them serviced when you need to. They're Ream Pro certified. They're fast, convenient, affordable. They take care of what you actually need, and they don't try to sell you things they don't. Right now, friends of the program can get $496 off a new high-efficiency furnace, plus get up to $300 in rebates. Lower your energy bills, get cash back, stay warm all winter long. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96 or call them 801-930-5450.
You can.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Eyes. That's I''Z, eyes. Today we'll hear a conversation between the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his excitable son, Denver. Today, the big news that has swept the little town of Mona is the possibility of opening a shooting range somewhere within the city limits. We'll hear first from Mayor Criddle as he tells Denver about last night's Mona City Council meeting. Again, the word is eyes.
Standing room only, Denver, at last night's council session. I had to wield the mayoral gavel on several occasions. My dang arm is tired from all that banging and pounding.
Well, what was the people so charged up about, Daddy? Did Glade Jensen from Public Works finally tell folks about the increase in fees because the city water treatment plant has fallen to pieces?
No, son, not that. And remember, that fee increase is top secret for the time being, so take a look. I can't tell folks about that until after the election. So don't go talking to anybody about that.
I know. I told you I can keep a secret. Why was everyone at the council so excited?
Well, because, hang on to something, because this is something you've been wanting to have here in Mona, Denver. They was all excited because I think we are finally going to get our own shooting range.
A gun range? A freaking gun range. Oh, Daddy, my dream is going to come true. You know how much I love shooting stuff. I'm a gun nut, Daddy. Where's the range going to be? Can I ride my bike there? Oh, what glorious news.
I was thinking that you'd be over the moon about this, but calm down a bit if you can, because, well, we don't know where the range will be just yet. Ed Spooner's been looking for a spot, but he's come up empty so far.
Well, Daddy, I was just saying the other day that the Cranor gravel pit would be an ideal spot to shoot guns. Spooner asked old man Cranor about that?
Well, yeah, but old man Craner's got other plans for that gravel pit. So when Spooner went to the county road department about using their gravel pit, but the super there said, absolutely not, because people keep shooting up the heavy equipment we store here. He said he was a Second Amendment supporter, too.
I didn't shoot any of them bulldozers, Daddy. I was nowhere near there.
And we had the lady who runs the range over to Rocky Ridge, and she told us first that she supports the Second Amendment, and then second, that people who come to the range, but instead of using the targets...
I didn't shoot the trash cans.
They shoot up the trash cans. Denver, the way you protest your innocence, you sound like someone who has a guilty conscience.
I'm just making sure that you know that my hands are clean. So what happened? Where's our gun range going to be, Daddy?
Well, we don't know just yet, son. But Spooner's going to keep looking. He's a determined man.
And he's a believer in the Second Amendment.
Well, I was just going to say that.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Right now, and it is time for Big Boy News and a Penuendo, brought to you by...
Wrap the ones you love in luxury with Cozy Earth. Text the word cuddle, C-U-D-D-L-E, cuddle, to 33986 now to enter to win a $1,000 bamboo bedding bundle from Cozy Earth. Go to CozyEarth.com for more details.
Carrie Lake. Yeah. There were talks that she was going to be named ambassador to Mexico. No, not going to be. Donald Trump has nominated her to be in charge of the Voice of America broadcasting agency.
Oh, God, no.
As director of Voice of America, Lake will help ensure that American values of freedom and liberty are broadcast around the world fairly and accurately, unlike the lies spread by the fake news media, Trump wrote in an announcement on Truth Social. I believe that Donald Trump has in the past said, we just need to shut down Voice of America.
Yeah.
So I'm honored that Donald Trump has asked me to lead the Voice of America.
It'll be state news now.
It's a vital.
Yeah, it's state news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be run, and it will have only messages from Donald Trump.
And we'll put her in one of those Korean handbooks, and she'll talk about "Dear Leader," and that'll be the whole broadcast.
And President Biden is commuting the sentences of roughly 1,500 people who were released from prison and placed on home confinement during the coronavirus pandemic, and is pardoning 39 Americans convicted of non-violent crimes. It's the largest single-day act of clemency in modern history. The commutations announced Thursday are for people who have served out home confinement sentences for at least 1 year after they were released. Prisons were uniquely bad for spreading the virus, and some inmates were released in part to stop the spread. At one point, 1 in 5 prisoners had COVID-19, according to a tally kept by the Associated Press. Biden said he would be taking more steps in the weeks ahead and would continue to review clemency petitions. The largest single-day act of clemency was by Barack Obama with 330 shortly before he left office in 2017. Among those pardons at Obama, he pardoned people who wore tan suits. They just said
it's a crime, so you have to be pardoned for it.
No criminal prosecution.
And they served Grey Poupon on the sandwiches.
Albertsons has given up on the merger with Kroger. A federal judge issued a preliminary injunction to prevent the Kroger company from acquiring Albertsons. They were trying to sort of take them over. Yeah. Albertsons said that Kroger failed to make a good faith effort to secure the merger. And the company also said that Kroger harmed Albertsons shareholders and employees by not securing the merger, and so they're suing. Now Albertsons is suing Kroger. That'll go well for somebody, but not us. But not us.
Not us.
The swimming pool at a Florida high school has been shut down indefinitely after a large number of iguanas on the property forced the Department of Health and why do people live in Florida? The Department of Health and School District of Palm Beach County to close the pool for safety reasons. Let's see, West Palm. I think that's where Mar-a-Lago is, isn't it? I wonder if they're going to have iguana problems there. Scripps News visited the pool and found dozens of iguanas of different sizes sunbathing on the bleachers and the deck, which was covered in the reptile's poop. We also spotted large amounts of their feces along the edges of the pool near the bleachers. What they leave behind is definitely gross, said Lake Worth Beach resident Alyssa Jome. She described the iguana invasion at Lake Worth High School as an oasis for reptiles. They like to eat orchids, too, she said.
Well, now that's gone too far.
I've seen them climbing along the fence, and I've seen their excrement here by the pool. Officials with the school district of Palm Beach County said despite their efforts to maintain the pool at Lake Worth High School, the pool's filtration and chemical systems have been overwhelmed by the contaminants from the iguanas. We're having to spend an incredible amount of damage that the iguanas are causing to government infrastructure. They're everywhere, and they're not going anywhere. The city has spent nearly $100,000 in iguana prevention infrastructure. It's a problem that's here to stay.
Iguana prevention infrastructure.
It's a problem. You know what they need to do? They need to build a wall of some sort.
That's how you keep things out that you don't want in.
An American woman who arrived in Australia to attend clown school with a gold-plated pistol in her luggage has been jailed for a year. Liliana Goodson, 30-year-old American woman, pleaded guilty to charges of illegally importing a firearm and ammo in contravention of Australia's strict gun laws. She was sentenced to 12 months in jail, and she will serve at least 4 months in full-time custody. The court previously heard that Goodson had arrived in the country from Florida to attend a clown school, but was stopped at the border after authorities noticed a 24-karat gold-plated weapon in her luggage. She claimed she'd forgotten it was in her bag after telling customs officials that she didn't have any prohibited firearms with her. Later discovered she had searched online for an answer to the question, can I have a gun in my suitcase? She set the calendar reminder to remind herself to, quote, put gun in suitcase. Goodson later said she had brought the gun to the country as protection, even though she was scared to shoot it and would more likely just pistol whip anybody who attacked her.
More likely.
Yeah, more likely.
Wait, I'm back on the clown school thing. What is the clown school?
It's a school where you go to learn clowning. I don't know what. There's one in Florida. I don't know. I guess the Barnum and Bailey Ringling Brothers Circus Clown School isn't in operation anymore.
If there's going to be a clown school anywhere, it's probably in Florida.
Selena Gomez has shared a picture of her engagement ring on Instagram and captioned the post with 3 words: "Forever begins now."
Aww.
The post features other sweet snaps, including one of Gomez beaming as she looks down at the ring while sitting on a picnic blanket, a selfie where she blocks her smiling face with her ring-laden hand, and another of her kissing her fiancé as she holds up the dazzling ring. She's engaged to marry Benny Blanco. Blanco. I like Blanco better. Benny Blanco, who secured 2 Golden Globe nominations. Gomez did for Only Murders in the Building, and also she's got a Golden Globe for nomination for Emilia Perez.
Selena, get a prenup.
Yeah, he looks kind of disreputable to me.
No. He is very successful.
But she's a billionaire.
She's a billionaire, but he is behind all kinds of pop music.
Then that means they can keep their finances separated.
No, he's no slouch.
Your money,
Benny
her
Blanco
money.
has plenty of money.
He says, when I look at her, I'm always like, I don't know what a world where it could be any better than this.
Because when this ends badly, and it will, got to keep that money separate, Selena.
Ted Danson says, he says, I hated Curb Your Enthusiasm. I did not care for it, so I told Larry David I'd be on it.
See, no, I didn't read the story. I just read the headline, and I was fascinated.
Danson says he was initially quite skeptical of the unscripted HBO sitcom, and he only offered to play himself out of pity for Larry David.
Okay.
Curb really did change my life, though, he said, because it reinvigorated my desire to be funny. Where Everybody Knows Your Name, so he said on his podcast, Where Everybody Knows Your Name, while talking to Curb star J.B. Smoove. But when he first watched the pilot with his wife, Mary Steenburgen, Danson said, I thought it sucked. I didn't like it.
The first few episodes were not great. It really didn't pick up its steam toward the end of the first season.
Part of what makes it good, though, is when people like Ted Danson would guest on it.
Exactly.
That's one of the best parts.
He said, I felt sorry for my new friend Larry David, so in trying to be an encouraging kind of thing, I said, all right, look, if you ever need us to play ourselves, we'd be happy to do that. And in that sort of idiocy, I ended up being part of something that changed my life.
Yes. The best show he's done, though, I mean, and I know a lot of people would say Good Place. I really liked Mr. Mayor, where he was the mayor of Los Angeles.
Was a good one.
I
and the one he's doing now is supposed to be
Man
good.
on the Inside.
Man on the Inside is very good.
It's excellent.
But is it not? It's not funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got some
gentle.
It's got some. Yeah, it's gentle. It's got some dramatic moments.
Okay,
But
that's
it's very good.
Let's see. What do we have here? The Oscars are going to stream on Hulu, live on Hulu for the first time. Austin Butler, they're going to do a remake of American Psycho.
Yes.
With Austin Butler. It's going to be directed by that Luca Guadagnino. Isn't he the guy he's queer and
I don't know.
tell me your name.
I know they've been talking about rebooting this for a while, but
Call Me by Your Name. Yeah, queer. Call Me by Your Name and Challengers. He says he's got a different take on it.
Austin Butler. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, Christian Bale had the right kind of jerkiness. I don't know if Austin can be
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, he was a bad guy in Dune.
Yeah.
True.
And he did a good bad guy there.
You know, there's this thing that these guys do, Gina. It's called acting.
Well,
and
Bill, you're an actor. You recognize
perhaps,
it.
Perhaps he can act like a bad guy. And then finally this. A woman found a huge 11-pound mushroom while out walking, and she took it home and used it to feed her family for a week.
I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, is that...
Why? Mushrooms are perfectly fine to eat.
Some.
Well, I assume she knew what she was doing. It was a large puffball mushroom, weighed a whopping 11 pounds, and puffballs are not poisonous.
That's like a bowling ball.
She took it home, and they ate off, and they made, all kinds of dishes with this 11-pound mushroom. They made a mushroom-based pizza, a mushroom roast, And
And
then
her kids were like, "Really, Mom?
mushrooms again?" Yeah, that's there. There you go. That's it.
I'm sorry, mushroom. We're having mushroom. It's not mushrooms. It's mushroom.
One.
We're having mushroom.
Oh, chat room found a picture of it. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's there. It's like a. I mean,
I was picturing bowling ball, but it's bigger than that.
It is enormous.
Wow. All right. Weather.
Okay, so we could have some of the haze building back in today. High of 46, partly sunny. Storm expected to come through tonight into tomorrow. About a 50% chance of snow. This is not going to be a lot of accumulation. Mostly what it's going to do is mix up the air, which is a good thing. Next chance for a storm looks like maybe Saturday night into Sunday. Overnight lows in the 20s, high 41 tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much.
Don't miss a single moment of the Radio from Hell show. As soon as you wake up, tell your smart speaker to play X96.
Where does that music come from, Frank? When you appear in the studio, this is Frank Chris, the celebrity Grim Reaper. No, he's not a celebrity. He's the Reaper of celebrities, a Grim Reaper. But so it gets cold, and this organ music just starts up out of nowhere.
It's a little Bluetooth speaker I've got
on your scooter there.
Pairs with the scooter.
I see. Frank Chris has joined us. Oh, Frank, It's just a sad story.
You got the runaround yesterday, didn't you, Frank?
Oh yes, it was a busy day.
What happened?
Well, Drake Bell was missing and endangered.
Well, he's not considered a celebrity anymore, is he?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
And so they weren't sure. It was a possibility that Frank's services would be required, but they ended up finding him.
Yeah, I dashed off to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm there a lot.
Yes.
And, but he's fine. He's just fine.
All right. Frank has joined us here in the studio. Every weekday we play a game called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank gives me a list of 4 celebrities, 4 names, and he says, do a little research on these, Bill. 3 of them on the list you'll find are...
But they're fine. They're just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken away, a precious celebrity no longer with us.
Oh.
And it's the contestant's job to figure out which one on the list is dead. And who do we have to play?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Okay. Of course you are. Chelsea, I'm going to read you these names. You tell me who is dead and what can Chelsea win, Gina?
Chelsea, we've got tickets to see The Offspring with Sum 41 and Simple Plan live at USANA Amphitheater on August 3rd.
All right, here we go, Chelsea. These names that Frank gave me, these are cast members of the second highest grossing film of the year 2000. That film being Gladiator.
Oh.
All right. So these are stars from that movie. Number 1, Derek Jacobi started his professional acting career with Laurence Olivier as one of the founding members of the Royal National Theatre. He won numerous awards, including a BAFTA, Olivier Awards, Primetime Emmy Awards, Screen Actors Guild, and a Tony Award. Mr. Jacobi was given a knighthood for his services to theater by Queen Elizabeth II. He played Senator Gracchus in Gladiator. That's Derek Jacobi. Number 2 on the list, Oliver Reed. His notable films including, of course, playing Bill Sikes in the Best Picture Oscar winner Oliver. He was also in one of my favorite movies, Women in Love. He played Athos in The Three Musketeers and The Four Musketeers. And in Gladiator, Oliver Reed played Antonius Proximo, the old gruff gladiator trainer in that movie. Number 3 on the list, Tommy Flanagan, best known for his role as Chibs on Sons of Anarchy and its spin-off, Mayans MC. He was in Braveheart. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and he played Cicero in Gladiator. He was the loyal servant to Maximus, the gladiator. Number 3 is Tommy Flanagan. And number 4, Connie Nielsen. Her feature film debut was in the Jerry Lewis French film, Par Autu Rentré en Tapa Sautir. She moved to the United States and made her first appearance in a major English language film after being in that Jerry Lewis film called The Devil's Advocate, starring opposite Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. In Gladiator, Connie Nielsen played Lucilla in Gladiator. She was the former consort to the former girlfriend of the Gladiator. All right, those are the 4 people in Gladiator. Do you know, Chelsea, which one is dead?
I'm gonna guess B.
B, Oliver Reed? That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Oliver Reed died in 1999 at the age of 61.
He died during the filming of Gladiator.
He did. He did indeed. As a matter of fact, I think they had to sort of cobble together some scenes, using like a double and things like that. So congratulations, Chelsea. You win tickets to see The Offspring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and somebody will tell you how to get those tickets.
Oh, well, I've got to go.
Yeah?
Pete Rose is 82
Oh, yeah, go check on
today,
him.
so I've got to go and check on him.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. I was going to tell him Derek Jacobi's 84. That's even older.
X96.
All right, 9:36.
We have guests in the studio. It's Jeff Miller from Mark Miller Subaru, and David. David, I didn't get your last name.
Garbett.
David Garbett from something called Stewardship Utah. It's the what annual Share the Love
event. Yeah.
16th, I think you said.
16th annual Share the Love event from Subaru.
But when you're not sure, just go like this. It's the annual.
Share the Love. Mark Miller Subaru. Reaching out, well, tell us how it works, Jeff.
So Share the Love started about 16 years ago, and it was actually during 2008 when the whole market was hitting the fan and the world was ending, and pretty much every other manufacturer on the planet came out and said, we're going to give away cars 0%, $3,000 off, and Subaru came out and said, we're going to donate $250 to charity and help people.
Yeah.
Had the best month in their history.
Yeah. So you kept it going.
So I kept it going. It's gone, and it's expanded now to the point where we're allowed to we have local charities. It used to be national charities that they were donating to. Now they let us pick 2 of our favorite local nonprofits, and Subaru donates $250 for every car we sell, and we also, Mark Miller Subaru, match it. So we put another $250 ourselves. So every car we sell, they get to pick $500 to go to a nonprofit. We push them to try and do our local ones. There's some national ones still, but we try and get everyone to donate to the local ones. And so Stewardship Utah is one of the charities we picked this year. I'll let David talk a little bit about that.
David, tell us what Stewardship Utah is.
Yeah, Stewardship Utah's goal is to protect the land, air, and water for all people of Utah through policy and democracy.
Love it, yeah. Give that money.
We need more. We need more of that. So how can people find out more about Stewardship Utah, and can they get involved with you?
Yeah, we'd love to get people involved. Go to our website, stewardshiputah.org. We're on the socials as well. And, yeah, we can put people to work making a difference on issues here in the state.
You do a lot of lobbying?
We do. We actually have a big proposal. So this dirty air that we had last week, one of our goals is to address that. And we have a plan called Prosperity 2030. We're trying to reduce it by 50%. We go up to the legislature and work on, because it's going to take a lot of different changes for our cars, our buildings, polluting industry. We have proposals to deal with all of those things, and so we're up constantly working on that.
You hear about all those tires that somebody dumped out? It's out close to the landfill. Thousands of tires out there between West Valley and Taylorsville, I think it is. West Valley and And was just in the news today. Somebody's been using it as a dumping, or they can't figure out.
Yeah, I didn't see
who's doing it.
Yeah, they can't figure out who did it yet.
Wow.
Yeah. So Stewardship Utah, helping to clean up the air and the water, and that's really a noble goal. And I think that's excellent that you picked them, Jeff.
Yeah, we're excited. We've been involved with that. So they're a merger. They merged last summer between O2 and Rural Utah Project, right?
Rural Utah Project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those two, they're longtime nonprofits in
yeah.
Utah. So just what they do, and it's an unenviable position of trying to go up to the state legislature during the legislative session and try and get our legislators to see the right thing and do the right thing. So any help we can give them, we're definitely going to do it.
Yeah. So share the love. You do it every year. When does it usually runs from when to when?
So it runs about Thanksgiving time to end of the year. So it'll go through New Year's. So the New Year's is when it ends, and just anybody who wants to come in buy one of our great Subarus that also are good for the planet. We have battery electric Subaru now, the Solterra.
Oh, really?
It's a great car. Actually, both of us personally drive them.
Is it a hybrid?
It's a pure battery. So it's a full battery electric.
Yeah.
It gets 230-mile range on it. The lease deal on it is crazy because you get the $7,500 credit no matter income or whatever.
Carrie's been
on the
thinking
lease.
about.
So I mean, you can lease one $400 a month on it's a $50,000 car, and it leases incredibly well.
Because you loved your Subaru you had.
Oh, I love my Subaru, and I love my electric car.
Yeah.
So
Carrie, I actually got when I was doing a podcast interview with Jeff, and he was making fun of my car. It made me start thinking about the Solterra, and I went in because of this.
No, the next cars I get, I'm not going to buy combustion engines anymore.
Yeah, you should come in and look at our electric. My dad has actually been driving one now for almost 2 years.
You got Mark in an electric car?
He calls it.
Wow.
He literally, if you ask him without any question, he will say it's his favorite car he's ever driven.
Really?
Oh,
Wow. Toyotas, Subarus, anything he's ever had, it's his favorite car. He actually has two of them.
Is it all-wheel drive?
All-wheel drive, yeah.
Oh,
all-wheel drive.
I'm in.
Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive.
That's
It's
all I
a
needed to
Subaru-built
hear.
car. I mean, it kills it in the snow.
And it's called the Solterra?
Solterra.
Awesome.
$400 a month on a
Latin
lease.
for sun and earth.
Yeah, $400 on a lease. That's pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark Miller Subaru, go in. They're down in Southtown and Midtown.
Yep, South Salt Lake and the Southtown Auto Mall.
Yeah, and stewardshiputah.org. Stewardshiputah.org. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
very much. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll play a song for you as well and crawl towards the exits. Stand by. Did you know you could stream radio from hell?
And I have a mini list here. It's 8 sweet signs a dog gives when they love your partner and wants to keep them around. So you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Here's how you can tell your dog is okay with this person.
Okay.
Number 1, their tail wags in a certain way. A wag is a yay vote, but a stiff tail is a big nay. So if the dog is wagging his tail happily, it likes your significant other. They offer a sweet lick, like a face or their hand. They seem okay with that. They bring their stick or ball to play fetch with the person. That's another sign. They sit on a specific side of the car. If you drive around with your car a lot, with your dog in the car a lot to go to the park or something, they give up their space for the new person.
Oh, really?
Oh, my dogs don't even do that for me.
Yeah.
And let's see. Also, they'll sniff your partner's crotch. That's apparently a positive sign.
That's a positive sign.
I mean, they do that.
It's
to everybody.
rude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't let them do that.
No.
The solo walk test, they'll go for a walk with the person without you.
Without? Oh.
That's how you know that they passed the test. They don't look to you like, are you coming? Well, I'm not going with this stranger by myself.
Pearl Jam. But you knew that.
Man.
Let's see, 9:52 right now.
Hopefully I'm going to get this boot off of my foot today. 15 weeks, I think it is.
Really? That
Yes.
long?
I've got it written down.
15 weeks?
Yeah, I've not been able to drive, and this damn thing is just.
You haven't been able to drive?
Yeah, you're aware of that, aren't you? 19 weeks.
You're going to miss our morning chats.
This is 19 weeks. I'm going to, I won't know if I'll miss the chat so much as I'll just miss riding in that nice car of yours. Gina has a really nice car. It's comfortable, it's quiet, it's smooth. The seat's just incredibly comfortable. The sound system is great. There's all kinds of pretty lights. and the company has been delightful.
Yeah.
I must say.
But I hope for your sake that's true, that you're finally going to be done with that. That's
19 weeks with this thing, and it's just clumsy. It doesn't hurt. It's just clumsy, and
I'll miss not hearing you sneak up behind me.
That kind of stumping sound.
Yeah, I know where you are at all times because I hear.
We'll have to tie a bell.
It's almost like a peg leg.
Bump.
Yeah, bump, bump. And it also squeaks a little bit too.
I didn't hear the squeak.
It squeaks a little bit now that it's 19 weeks in. It's starting to wear. It's $1,600. I don't know what I'm going to do with it once I get it off.
Well, keep it in case you need it again.
You paid for it.
Shut up!
Don't we? Doesn't everybody have we have crutches in the basement?
I think I have a pair of crutches.
You just hang on to in case somebody needs crutches again sometime.
Yeah, I've got crutches. I've got a wheelchair. I've got I don't want to keep it.
No, you're going to throw it in the trash?
I don't know. Maybe I'll donate it to charity. But it's custom made to my.
That's what I'm saying. You should keep it just in case.
You could turn it into a planter.
I thought of that actually, and my wife said no, not in our house. No.
When I had my broken leg, the doctor that it was back when they did plaster casts.
Yeah, I've had those.
And he knew I broke it riding a horse, so he took some of the plaster, and he actually shaped a horse head on my cast.
That's creepy.
No, it was cool. What? And then I had somebody paint it, so I had this little horse. So when I got my cast off, for a while I kept the cast.
Even though it smelled funny?
Because it was this plaster horse head on my...
That's the thing I remember getting. I've had plaster casts on my arms, and you get it off, and your arm is all shriveled up and white, and it's all this dead skin, and it smells bad.
Yeah.
Just awful. Yeah, get that cast off today. They don't do those anymore.
When I had mine taken off, it'd been on for a long time, and ladies, when you have a cast on your leg and they take it off, that the hair has grown back since it's been there. And I had shorts on at the doctor's office, and I had to walk out of there with my color hair.
Mm-hmm. Look,
really long.
Look, it's gorilla leg.
All over my leg.
That's all gorilla leg barbarian.
I could not get home.
How old were you when that happened?
16. I could not get home fast enough to shave my leg.
I got to get home before somebody sees I have a gorilla leg.
It was awful.
Well, you've never broken a bone, have you, Carrie?
Nope.
Keep it that way.
Yep.
He's
no
unbreakable.
Fun. It's no fun. No fun at all.
No, I see these things and I go, I don't wish to achieve that.
Yeah,
so
no. It's never been worth it.
Nope.
Nothing I have ever done to result in a broken limb has been worth it.
Never a good idea.
Nope. And mostly it was from being stupid when I've done it. Like trying to hang upside down on the monkey bars.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or sliding down an ice slide on my neighbor's driveway.
Mm-hmm.
They freeze the driveway, and I was coming home from church, had my good leather, so they're really slick, the leather.
Oh, yeah, the bottoms
you could,
of them.
and you could run and then slide on your feet down, except when you fall down and break your wrist.
All right. Let's do the promo and crawl towards the exit.
Damn Satterthwaites.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show, we'll get some movie reviews with Sean Means. Do you think he'll review Craven the Hunter?
I've heard that audiences want to apologize to the actors in that movie.
What do they have to apologize for?
They feel bad that great actors like Russell Crowe had to participate in something so terrible.
Well, it sounds like we'll need to drink a toast to all actors in all bad movies.
Jimmy the Wine Guy will have just the thing on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Yeah, I think I heard a review of that this morning that said it was really pretty awful.
Yep. I was reading one from a Geek website to Gina, and that's exactly what they put. They said, I began to feel bad that these, Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe are being,
You had to say these horrible words.
Had to say these words, and then things started happening, and it was just embarrassing.
And it's terrible that they've done all of these Spider-Man adjacent movies, all of these movies, Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man.
And they've all been terrible.
Well, they're afraid to dip into the Spider-Man well. Sony is.
Mm-hmm.
They own the rights to him, but, Tom Holland's just so damn good. How do you beat that?
Yeah.
And to which I say, do Miles Morales Spider-Man. Come on, what's taking you so long? Oh, no, we'd rather do all these other white people first.
Terrible.
And then we'll... But Miles Morales is a whole generation of kids Spider-Man.
And it's younger.
It's built in, Anyway, they'll finally, I think, do it. All right, are we good?
Yeah.
Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I respect the meat.
Artie Fufkin is